I know I should do this before I start every stream, but sometimes it's hard to keep that flesh in order with our schedule. And again, thank you very much for deciding to come hang out with us. I've had quite the challenges, an opportunity to let faith and patience shine. If you'd like to join us in a very heartfelt, sincere prayer. Whose Father? Our Father. Our Father. Isn't that nice? Our Father. Where two or more gather. Our. It's a couple. Not the odd couple. No, we're strange and peculiar. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Oh, hallowed is the truth. Thine kingdom come, thine will be done. On earth, on earth, as it is, was, will forever be, in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. Oh, trespasses. As we, where two or more gather, forgive those that trespass against us. Leading us not, slip not, spilling its gut, to temptation. Only Satan can tempt. God can test. But delivering us from the evil one and the ensnarements of. For thou, that hallowed thou, the hallowed, it's holy, is the power, not power. Oh, it's power. Power. Did you hear her say power? And the kingdom. And the kingdom. Now we're back to the kingdom. And the glory. Glory. When will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Oh, and all you be still. Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. Yeah. I can only imagine. Woo! And surrounded by that kingdom, power, and glory. My heart, it's one. Beats is one. That's a good song. And Yeshua, Mashiach, King, ruler of the new heaven and earth. We extol, praise, lift up, and glorify thee. Returning, fulfilling, receiving, restoring all that the locusts have eaten. Yeshua. Amen. Oh, it's a human number. We're in this world, but not of this world, because this world is not our own. It is the enemy. But all that will be restored in its original dominion. You see, all. It's just an imposter. A recreator. It's a counterfeit. There's nothing real. Tangible. There's nothing solid. There's no sound resonancy. This harmonious tone, this force. It's a song, a smell. It's a sight. It's a sound. It's a sensation. It's more than a feeling. Much more. And it's here. As it takes just a little bit of yeast to permeate a whole batch of dough. That little spark, just a little spark. Whew. The whole forest ablaze. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Oh, singing and dancing. And the king said, Didn't we throw 3? Oh, yeah. Well, who did this? Well, a thief come in and sold them. Should we? No, let them grow together. But I see 4 of them. Yes. You're never alone, ever, where 2 or more gather. I'm going to leave you a helper. Now see, if you see one part of that 3-part sum, a yolk, egg, shell, you would know one of the other 2 counterpart was missing. It just goes after the one. Just one. Things aren't always what they seem and much closer than they appear. Seem, and they cast lots, Mark. Oh, Matthew King. Matthew King, thank you so very much. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John Mark, casting lots, seamless as it would be, that vertical loom, this tapestry, this tap, tap, taparoo. Oh, happy's coming. Happy's coming. Peace and joy. Happy's coming. So let's get slappy. Oh, axle grease. Oh, no, that's not old. That's funny. No, stale bread is old. Greasy boy. Unless, of course, you're a chef. Putting that ball in the basket, Chief. Then, we're making croutons. Then, of course, that stale bread is for our chef salad. Right, Mr. L? I know they run right on down to Florida. Florida! Old JJ. Oh, eyes like an eagle and a face like a beagle. He said, Florida. And they all run down there, Mr. L. They run right on down. Yes, they do. Oh, they do. And wonder, every year, well, do you think they could be doing some weather modification or every damn year about hurricane season? Every year, without fail. Whew, there it goes. Wondering why there's no plywood. Hey, Roy, man, do you think you can, or Donnie, yesterday I was, Donnie, your order of fries is up. We'll get to that. Do you think you could put some plywood up over my windows? The storm's coming in. I said, absolutely. I'll run to Home Depot. Of course, Home Depot's fresh out of lumber. The kind we need. What a beautiful thing. He said he come to fulfill his law. See, his law is plumb true. It has nothing to do with religion or being dogmatic or having a control freak as a creator, savior, ruler, and king, and mighty, lion. Oh, it's not good for man to be alone. January's coming. Son, live in the moment. But loving women as we do, it's, and living in this flesh, it's, self-control can be oh yeah, it's like I mentioned to my daughter, she's like, Daddy, it's the stuff I said, I don't download anything. Now, I'm not completely innocent of not looking, being Twitter baited. It's clickbait. It's real close to, twatter, clatter. Chitter, chatter, I said, honey, it's not that I'm, completely innocent of that completely, but for the most part, I said, it's not that. She goes, you give out, it's the number. I give out my number, I don't get so many calls. The last few days, it's kind of tapered down. She goes, and that's why your phone's bugged up. And I said, well, yeah, we've been knowing this for quite a while. There, Casey. Enter the stars. We've been knowing this for a minute. Well, let me go warm this up. I'll be right back. I'm going to heat this up. Give me 2 seconds. I love you guys very much. And you guys are always on my mind and in my prayers. We're all going to meet. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? We are all going to meet and greet and the banquet feast. I always say, if I don't see you here, I'll see you there at the banquet feast, that is. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. It was Abednego's right there, and there was Dee. And Dee Dee spoke to my mother. I have to call her today. Dee Dee's been driving her all over. Her throat and all and the cancer and all that. It's the stuff that's in the dope. I said, no, the Mexicans, they don't grow coca. They got that line, and they allow them to bring so much in so they can be a patsy. Well, see, we got to have a further border. No, the meth, that stuff, and the fentanyl, it's all coming in, and it's in everything. It's coming in ships. Old ancient Chinese secret. Okay, I'll be right back. Be right back. About 27 seconds in that microwave is all I need. Piping hot. Oh, it's still on the move. That anomaly, it's some kind of demonic anomaly. Okay, something I was supposed to go over today. Let me open these up. Let me get a little light in here. I haven't had these open in quite a while. There we go. Marijuana. Put heat under it. It's for your head. Absolutely can be debilitating. Not only debilitating, it can just really just make a quest of Fester's little... Well, we all start... I apologize. I'm getting distracted. We all started out to have a good time. That's for me, anyway. That's my claim of fame. I just wanted to have a good time. I never wanted the good time to ever, go to sleep. But you gotta, we must rest. A man and woman, which when I say man, I mean, woman, human. We gotta have rest. That's the first time I've opened this shade. Well, hello. It's the first time I've opened. I just got back right when you popped on. Went and heated this up. Little 27 second little 27 second tidy in the microwave, boy, and it's piping hot. Pan's Pipes. When I was pushing, it was called The Push. Doing Disney on Ice down here, Kent. Willis Street exit. James Street is right there. That's where Bonnie used to live. Up on the hill. Benson Hill, condominiums. Bonnie Sebastian, the one the Lord allowed to help me come back to reality, back to life, back to reality. And no, this too shall pass just a little further. This isn't on you. Don't take it personal. Oh, it's hard not to. Oh, the pain. Oh, the fear. The anger. The anger. The abandonment. Oh, the lies. It was just all lies. And it all stemmed from the fear. From the fear. Are you looking at me? Shit, I was thinking about where the hell am I going to go? What am I going to do? I was just speaking to Kenny yesterday, speaking of which. Because when I said that, I was thinking of the heavy machinery that I almost died in sleeping. Almost froze to death in that damn thing. And Kenny's mom, she's basically like my aunt. She finally passed away. And Thomas, I grew up with them there at Saltwater Park in Des Moines. So when I was getting off that Willis Street exit, yeah, Brett and all of them. Oh, it was beautiful. All the Cutthroat. First time I've seen them in a minute, too. You see him? You see the peacock? You see it standing out there? He's showing off. Maybe I should go throw him a little... Let me go throw him some bread. I'll be right back. My babies. My babies. They rattle, I must respond. Where's my bread? Dave's killing bread. Oh, Matthews. Thank you, David Matthew, for letting me know that we were live. That was so considerate of you, because otherwise, sometimes, boy, we go round and round and round, boy. We go round. She just come running. Right past my little pony. Just to come running. I'm going to show you what my phone's doing so you can see why I don't do no mobiles anymore. For now, anyway. But we're going to all get up close and personal. So, it can just sit on a damn tack, right? It's a heart matter. Why it has a little heart attack. You can just sit on a tack. The devil can just kiss our ass, right? Sassafras. It's all been a big old shit show. Johnny boy. Oh, Johnny boy. Oh, look at the little one. This one here must have been a late bloomer. Look at the baby. You see it? Oh shit. You see him down there, that little one? Wow, that's the smallest one. Being this late in the season, man, I don't know where that one came from. Let me see. That's the first time. Oh yeah, that's a little tiny. Oh my goodness. How is that thing even? Oh, look, there's not even that many babies anymore. They all got 8 and or something got them. There's only 2 that I see right there. Dang. Jeez, they got all whacked up. Wow. Oh, well, I guess that's part of they come to change natural times and the order of things, laws. Let's see, what was that? Oh, I was going to show you this. I don't want it to mess this up here. Oh, so much has went on. You guys would know it all, and you will, because we're open books. If I could get this to, we'll figure it out. Oh, we be thinking. On your vote, oh, it may have mattered back when, locally, just little by little. But once they pull it doesn't even make a difference. Not now. Makes no difference. These things must come to pass. But as our Heavenly Father, as He does, is, was, and will forever be. He throws little, so they get tripped up and they start consuming each other, and then you go, oh my gosh, is this what I was actually supporting? And abort! Support? No, let me show you. I heard you hear me. Oh, there's another one. Hopefully she's got some with her. See, it says live. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Where's your baby? I hope you have some babies with you. I don't think she does. It sounded like a trumpet, didn't it? I thought those were the neighbors. Like when we first moved in here 8 years ago. But they're wild. Oh, it's my baby. It's her birthday today. Let's see, 11-3, because I was born on a bad with numbers. Thank you, Tawana. She is academically gifted when it comes to arithmetic and other stuff, so it's good to, financially it's amazing. Oh, tell me there's no God. But as our Heavenly Father and, at His good humor would have it, oh boy, no, Millie, no ice cream. This good humor is a little bit different. So it would, I might as well just tell you now why I'm on the subject, because I'm thinking of my little Sil and Tawana and all that, and this is just how it works, and thank you once again, Matthew, David, Matthew, that's right, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. That's definitely not going to leave a mark. It's what's up here. As a person thinketh, so they are. It's not necessarily but when something's killing you, you see, because there are sins, and it's not a logistic thing. It's just stuff I'm supposed to mention, and then you take it, and just like religion, go to all these different denominations, right? And you kind of see, and then as you have a relationship, you go, and you can just kind of take, they're right on the money there. And then you can see, everybody else has been tripped up. because you got yourself on a pretty straight and narrow walk, because it's not easy. And so you ain't got a lot of people following behind you. So you're not, it's one of them ones, but the more that, that tightrope just gets, just like on the back of that lion. He said, I want you to pay attention to that. And I seen that in that little black and white TV right there in Michigan. Zach. Right there in Duluth. There's Zach. Yeah, we went to Babbitt. Give it a wabbit. And that was not for tricks. Oh, I had so much. I commune with our Heavenly Creator. The most beautiful land. So much wildlife. And oh, Todd, you think, and I know British Columbia is basically the same type of, exact same terrain type. We have all kinds of islands and stuff. What's left of what the dragon tails and everything else haven't completely. Oh, they can't kill it fast enough. Poor Mother Earth. It has nothing to do with paganism. You don't worship that. Although Vivian, now I am going to get off track if I don't stay focused, because Vivian, she was out there. Trump. We're out there at the Cedar River. What are you doing? She was, and I love this old lady. She reminded me of my Aunt Wilma. Actually, she did remind me exactly of my Aunt Wilma. Beautiful Broadway dancer, professional. William's sister, or daughter, actually. My grandfather's sister, William. Roy. Bud. Called him. Had a big old S on his door. Huge S. Big red door and a big S on it. Nicest man you'd ever met. Always doing stuff. Making stuff. I said, did you make that out when I was a little boy? I said, did you make that out of one of them kits? Because I'd put together models before my life seemed to go to hell in a handbasket. I still thought Donnie was my uncle. Because that's the way we needed to have it, so we didn't confuse the children, of course. Because of our promiscuous and just dysfunctional type ways. We gotta, kind of manipulate this situation to fit our own insanity, our kind of like lunatic fringe. Because you gotta blame someone for your own confusion. It's a con job, people. Confuse, control. It's a mega con job. MAGA, for those that, are willy-nilly with the words, orange. I got some of that. I was going to take a picture in the bathroom of that. I've never seen any that stuff orange. Orange glowing little pumice. Takes it right off. Wash it right off those hands. Okay, now where was I? Oh, I was going to show you this. I was going to show you. Of course, I won't be able to do it because I'm already live. And so, but you'll take my word for it, because it did become flesh. Well, right in us. That's what it does. That's what it does. It's not good for man to be alone where two or more gather, and to live on bread alone. Bread alone, right? And she said, but don't even the dogs get the crumbs that fall from the... See, so basically... And you don't have to go. They'll be getting what she'll be kicking and stepping, and they'll be going back and cleaning up the. But the dogs get what the pigs can't. The pigs are in the mire. They just like to slop in the muck and mire. But the dogs. Yeah, the dogs are. Nope, that's not going to work. So, back to the... Oh, yeah, that's where I was at. So, when I said I would never work at a fast food place, I heard this, whoa. Slow it down there, big buddy. There, little boy. You better back that one up. And I did. I actually felt this. And so, I thought, especially after all the things that I've learned and just the things I've seen and experienced, because it's repeatable. Have you ever ate fast food and just felt like, when you're not eating it and you just try to eat it and you just feel like crap? Gives you like a little sugar smack. Little sugar smacks, little Little frog just grabbed it, pulled it out of its mouth, grabbed it. It was Kentucky whiskey, Brian. It was Kentucky. But thank you, Matthew, for that. I appreciated that, letting me know, so I wasn't sitting there aiming. That's why I do that. That's why sometimes I go ... L7, this and that, just so I can get that through. Because sometimes I'll go back and it'll say it went through, and I'll go and it'll say failed to tweet, Tweedledee, and all that stuff. You guys know it's all just, they're just trying to keep the ball rolling. Now we know old Chief, where there's smoke, there's fire. Has already put that ball in the basket. See, now that's all mixed nuts right there. That's a martini, and I knew those were your boobies. I knew it. After a couple little glasses of wine, you said, "Man, fuck that asshole. This is what he is missing." No, I'm not missing anything. I pay attention to everything, but I'm not gonna force love is rape. I would never rape my way into. And they'd be like going out and buying a. And they all slept with her, every one of them. When you want somebody that would want to be with you, like, God, I just want to be with that person. God, you just look at him, you're like, whew. Now, I'm not talking about a lustful, fleshly, although that can be part of it. Just something about it. You get this reciprocal, you get this, this moment, that little spark, and then you start to twitter, and your twatter, and the clitter and that clatter starts to just, and you just start chattering. Oh, everything just goes to, flies off the merry-go-round. You can't think straight. You can't talk. You call. You don't say hello. You've seen me be awkward, and welcome to humanity. Welcome to humanity. See, the faith and the joy is in the journey. But faith will take you where fear and work will never have you go. That's why it says you can never earn your way to it. That's what that means. Just like past, present, future sins means that everything was heaped up on him. That's how it had to be. He said, "Oh, if it were possible, please take this cup from me." Well, we are this cup. And he come to fulfill it. So if I had a glass and it was half full and I fulfilled it, would it null and void the first half? Oh, and by the way, it finds its level, doesn't it? Isn't that something? How that works? Oh, and this isn't blue and green either. This isn't blue or green either. From a distance. From a distance. I was going to run that one, but I couldn't find it. I said, "You want me to run those?" Run those. All sounded like they were in the bathroom, Casey. I was like, isn't that neat how that all works? He laughs. Oh, he thinks he gets report. Because the joy is in the journey for our heavenly creator. The Word became flesh. See, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Is, was, will forever be. And he created us in what? His image. Gave us a mirror. Gave us a spitting image. And now look. Oh, that old spitting. What'd you say, viper's den? Den of thieves. Patiently he sat there. He braided that patiently. God, please, if it be, please take that. He just patiently. Oh, can you imagine? That's like getting thrown into 1313 North 13 Mockingbird Lane. That guy was pretty talented. And preaching, Trump! He's the savior of the world. Can you imagine the challenges that could... See, I don't have it. You took the little carrot, so I poke holes in it. Give it a little plunge. Oh, speaking of plunge, Mr. L. So as soon as I get caught up, I'm going to do my Joshua Watch leather because my Bible needs a cover. And I'm going to go over some Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Oh, it's beautiful. Not to be confused with the crash. But he wasn't going to do that. You got your ball, you got your chain. And then see, but once he jumped in, there, see, you didn't want to be gator bait. You see, once you know you're in it to win this thing, and you know all you got to do is run and live in the moment, because that's all you got, and the most valuable thing is right now, right here. That's why he said he's coming like a thief in the night, literally and figuratively. It's all not only a metaphor, it's so that we can associate with shit. I better stay ready. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means. Ain't gonna. That's because his mercy and grace endures forever. And if you were to go, God, please, because you would. That's exactly what you'd do, and then he would have, But he ain't playing no games with that one. See, he knows himself better than that. And when it comes to love, it's all fair in love and war. And creating us in his image, we'd be like denying himself. The deniers of Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach. El Shaddai, our mighty King. Come so he could be fair to us and say, oh, please, Father, just forgive them, for they know not what they do. They do know exactly now what they do. And what they don't do is support and reject, renounce, and rehearse. They react to and run from. See, because if you're not running to something, you're running from it. And you have to go through something to get to something. Together. And that kingdom come. Just a little further, the experience needs to be met in full so that the payment can be made. Everything's being restored. New bodies, new names, new song. I've heard it. I've seen it on that little black and white. Golden Girls, huh? Golden Girls. I heard you ask him to borrow that TV. Are you serious? He wouldn't even no sooner want to give me up, let alone. And I say that with all due respect to the Twinkie puffers and butt pirates out there. With all due respect, because I love the sinner. I hate the sin. The sin is, it stinks, and there's no life in there. There's no life. The minute you can produce life from there, then we'll talk. Otherwise, no. No cockaroo. That right there, Peter the cockfighter. Whew. Hey, weren't you, Oh, no, that wasn't me. No, Alex is there. Yeah, we're sitting there. You know what was really going on? Do you? Oh, fat boy. I know it. I know. I get it. With all due respect. She says, Dad, I think I'm going to do that gastric bypass surgery. So, honey, that's what you want. You see the dysfunction to the third and fourth generation. These things, we drop the shoe. Yeah, here, sit down, try it on. How's it fit? Oh, like a glove. Like the dysfunctional love that I'm going to have you traipse around in. You see, and so understanding it and struggling, the burden, the weight, the strain, the separation, the division love comes to bring. See, and that's what Satan through religion likes to confuse. It's dysfunction, it separates. True love, just like cocaine come and separated right here, started right here in King County, down LA, and then it moved its way right up. The gangs, and now all the little Eazy-E, little Too Shorts. That's why I share them. You see, because there's not many in that. It's a heart matter. See, When you can see the heart, and then all the dysfunction and all the carnal mayhem and the fear, the finality, because it doesn't understand love to regain that through the omnipotence, the infinality, the omniscience, the omnipresence. The omnipotency is greater things than these you shall do. You shall do. You. Where two or more gather. That's what that means. 3 is the intercessor. 3 hasn't gotten here yet. 3 is the one that you have been given the opportunity as that hope that is found in you. It's right here. It's all and everything that faith will have you do. Work will now never find itself involved in. Faith would have you. Moving mountains. Yeast. Mustard seed. Very, very small. It's illustration yet. He's seen that fig tree wasn't... He was hungry. The King of all kings become flesh and said, I'm hungry. And if a human doesn't want to work, he don't want to eat. Busybody, that's... I'm working for God. Hallelujah. And then they send you right out like a dog returned to its vomit. John 3:16. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But how they love to confuse, control. It's a MAGA con job. Oh, deadly, 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 deadly little twist of leaven. That's right. God so loved the world and send you right on out. What are the wages of sin? Oh, and those scales are going to be even. I put up, it's drying out. The cedar dries out. Is death. Where is your sting? You see, there's been a payment made for a price that we carnally could never pay except through dying of the flesh and living vicariously through faith, because we're saved only by grace through faith. They won't preach that to you. See, they don't want you to know the truth. What? We're saved by grace. Oh, Scooby snack, oh, Trumpy blanket. We're saved by grace. Oh, John 3:16. Oh yeah. I said, well, we're not getting an 8-ball today. No, I said no. You heard what you weren't talking to the pastor, but yet he had a custom-made sermon for me. Okay, because following me around, they got the shit bugged. We're not gonna get an 8-ball. You heard what he said, so we're gonna go John 3:16. We're gonna get 1 3/4 grams instead. Hey, that's a great idea. That way, we're still going to heaven. Well, heaven, heaven, heaven. Say hello to heaven, heaven, heaven. Say hello to heaven, heaven, heaven. Oh, the sun's just... You gotta see this. It's amazing. Grace. Saved by grace through faith. You see that? It's peering through the cloud. Oh, my little snitch mirror. I gotta get that fixed. Man, can you imagine? Boy, oh boy. That's that reflection. Just a little glimpse. Just a tiny little glimpse. But that transparent windshield, that's why you're going this way. And then you look off to the left and a little right. Sometimes you got to go left to get right. And it does say things are a lot closer than they appear. Aren't always what they seem. Right, Zach? Right there. Fishing ain't what it used to be up there, is it? Oh, Gump. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. What is? I think it was Lake Superior, was it? Or Lake Michigan, I think it was. Right after we mentioned anyway. Oh, it's clean. It's absolutely clean. I said, hey, we need Lake Mead. I was like, huh. Should I be writing this down? No, it's on the tablet of your heart. It's okay. It's a heart matter. You're good. Brings it back. Just like right now. We don't plan anything. We just roll. Let it roll. Let it roll in the spirit, you see. Because we're a conduit, vessel, vehicle, instrument. One of two. And there's different branches, divisions, very compartmentalized of that latter part of one of the two spirits. For something. Now, at what point in time that quenching? Don't know. See, and that's a good thing. You don't even know the day or hour. Woo! Well, you know, we are the wind. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's a beautiful foundation for our heavenly creator to come back to. God, I love what you've done with the place. Deep cleaning. It's going to take a little bit of heat, like friction. You know, you cause a little friction, Alex. And get out the grease. That's why I laugh and laugh. Like, you don't even do the debates no more. The little flat earth debates. You just blew him right away. And I was thinking of friction, you know, like when you're, you know, Alex, when you're bringing up old Frankie. Now, that's never old. Stale bread is old. Unless you're a chef, you know. You got to put that ball in the basket and you're making croutons. And that's a whole nother story. Then you don't have stale bread. You just have, you know, product for croutons. And chef salad. Oh, Mr. L, veggies. It's good to, is it macerbate or is it macerate? So it's called friction. What's that dickhead's name? Pardon my French. But I said, you know, friction, like, you know, when two things are creates heat. Well, they wanted to cause some, you know, friction, and so, and it stunk. It was bad. Dry as a bone. Stunk to high heaven. Dry bones, stunk to high heaven. Old Bill's hot water. Just give me some hot water. And they're just, oh God, you know he's grabbing like this little worry stone. I watched that Ingval, the comedy deal, and invited her over, and she's like, yeah, so I can put you on for this many hours. And see, that's the other thing. Never want to push any of that stuff. But the Lord would just so have it. I did a lot of praying. It's a gift because I'm just so behind in a carnal standpoint when it comes to, because it's not money, it's the love of money. My love, I seek ye first. That's what I do. So I understand that, but yet it's cool. And otherwise, I just cut it. Just I just do whatever you know. But if I were to say, if I were to venture in the realm of the future, because believe me, our Heavenly Father, He has, well, Trey, I love you, Trey. I love you, bro. It was nice to see you, and, you know, prayers always there. Same with Frank and all of you. Brandy and her son, you know, the one that came out. The true whistleblower, like our little Mary Robinette here, little whistleblower. They for sure pretty much murdered her, you know. A murder of crows. Mr. L. But now that I got completely off track, so yeah. So it'd be different if I went out and said, you know what, I think I want to work for Taco Smell. I'm stunned I haven't. Because yeah, I know, I've been around her. She's worked, that's her whole thing. She's always fast food and usually upper management. She don't do the little false sense of, you know, look at me. You know, they've got, you know, I'm assistant manager to the manager, assistants to helpers, or whatever they have. The, which is, I guess, you know, maybe I don't understand it, but it just seems like. So maybe I'm, you know. So I'll stand corrected, probably real soon. And when you see, after all these years, and you see stuff, and you see the product, and you see there's a reason why I was seeing that. I used to eat that stuff like you wouldn't believe. Man, I'd eat that crap like you wouldn't believe. That was part of what's kicked on that cancer. They said, man, you got about 6 months to live. You're riddled with polyps. I mean, literally. And I was rotting from the inside out, literally. Because, you know, my children were like, Dad, whew. He said, oh, it's in your gullet. It's not your, you know. When all these doctors and nobody, but the dentist, the Asian dentist, oh, man. It's what you eat. You know, just like our beloved Talita. I think that's her name. My Dr. Khan, I was going to go talk to her. That bread, I love that bread. And that rice and all that chickpeas. You know, now that is brain food. Kai, I went and bought her. Well, I think that's Japanese kale. I bought her a big bowl of Indian. It was good. Just some kind of rice that is some kind of brown rice that some kind of vegetarian kind of rice. It sounds oxymoron, kind of like jumbo shrimp, Casey, but some kind of rice I'd never had before, and it was like I don't know, it was almost like a, pardon me, like a tapioca, like a tapioca or something, like a little, like a frog eggy kind of substance, but it was rice. Oh, and it was good. Chickpeas over it, onions, and I bought me and Kai one at the fair, and it was absolutely delicious. And every time we go to the mall, which isn't very often anymore, I get the Indian food. And sometimes, if I'm a good boy, Johnny, if I'm a real good boy, she'll sneak me in two pieces. Her and her husband work in Pierce County in the Tacoma Mall there. The food court. Oh, man. No line there. People walking by, man, I'll tell you what. And I think that's why she does it, too, because I've done it. I say, hey, you want some good food? It doesn't look that good. It's not, it doesn't have the American, that cheeseburger and hamburger, hot dogs and fries, that eye candy appeal, but once you eat it, woo, and then you feel, that's brain food. That's good eating. Dang good eating. So I don't have to see, it's the channels that I completely will miss. I'm not gonna have to go through any. I'm not gonna have to mess with any of it because she's already up here high enough to where she can do all that stuff. But also with absolute respect, she looked at me. She goes, "Don't make me fire you." And I laughed at her. And she was. I had a French fry yesterday. Went in there. They're serving French fries. Didn't have that taco sauce now because they'll find a way to get in everything, in anything that they can. And they're all conglomerate. All the fast foods or anything. There's a few little mom and pops. They leave. They haven't rubbed out yet, so they just like everybody doesn't get the complete venom. And the ones that do, it has a different effect on their body. Some people have the same, and you don't even know half of the effect because they block everything that. Well, you can look around and see. Got out of the pokey there, 1313. Now looking back, I'm pretty certain it was our heavenly creator that was, You know, he just jabbed that thorn in my side a little deeper. And I was like, "Argh, my neck and my back." And I went down to Good Sam. It causes you to sin for you. Just cut it right off. Just cut it right the fuck off. And she's named him Abraham. Yeah, we slaughtered Abraham the other day and got 666 pounds of swinging meat. And, you know, it spills its guts. Give it enough rope. If you just give it enough of that same rope that was off that lion's back. That's right. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I about had a little heart attack. I says, do you mind if I... He goes, don't break it. Don't break... I think he was like, don't break it. And I didn't. I was in that cold... Oh, it was a cold cell. It was cold. Oh, they kept it cold. And they had big old radiator heaters out in the hall. But it was like old Walla Walla, this jail in Duluth. It was right there on the lake. It was cold, cold, cold. Tammy was pregnant with Donnie, my little groundhog. 2293. Who would want that? Groundhog Day, every day, every day. Yeah, I'm going to know everything that's going to go on. It doesn't even make sense, does it? Doesn't even make sense. Well, that's because, you know, that's religion for you. Religion has you thinking, well, John 3:16er. Well, honey, we're going to get us a 16 today. You got the dope man's number? No, I threw that away. Well, shit, it's got to be around here somewhere. So, yeah, just like a dog returning to its vomit. Well, it's all right. You know Jesus, right? Well, he died for your sins, past, present, future. Doesn't even make sense, does it? Just like that shit just spinning right behind her, you know. But did you see the benefits of hemo and neurotoxin venom? Did you see there was benefit? There's benefits to everything. Everything natural. Man, I've been bitten. I got bit by a black widow. I'd play with them, and I know I shouldn't have, but I got bit. One bit in my whole side of my face. I thought I had a stroke. Was drooping. One day it had no mobility or nothing. But I soon found I had just been bitten by the hand that feeds them, damn it. Oh, Buster Brown. I had Buster and Bud and Baby Girl. I was growing fur. He shaved his legs and he was a she. Daddy, was that Andy? Yeah, I'm afraid that was Andy, honey. Daddy, he was... I know, honey. I know. Daddy, he was in the... Oh, Daddy. I said, I know, honey. I know. I was out there at that excavator digging them holes. I didn't judge him at all. I guarantee probably way more real friends that are just absolutely Fruit Loops than you do. But, no buts about it. Almost guarantee. Old Andy. You love the sinner and hate the sin. Big old trees. Trees, I tell you, trees. They'd stop flying over us because they knew they let me have 9900 desertion, but I made sure it was about 97 on mine, 97 on his, because I was flying his paper for him. Oh, miracle, one miracle after another. Eating it, definitely for the organic. No pesticides, no chemical fertilizers or anything like that. Advanced nutrients. I just did all my own stuff. All my own. Cured that cancer up like it was nothing. They didn't put me under any knife, nothing, none of that. And third and fourth generation, it runs right in. My grandma Lois, the one that was messing with the Ouija board that was Castellan's called something Manor there in Georgetown. The one I guarantee that on the other side of my family, because she's an O'Day. She married Frank Day. Frank, isn't that something? Just slapping, just put the ball in the basket, Chief. O'Day it was, but once he moved over he was straight Irish. We'd go to Pick's right across the street there. They had a beautiful home. It's in a historical little society now. They moved it. But right across the street there in Issaquah, King County, of course, it was right there in Pix, Miner of Heart of Gold. Get the Crab Louie. Her name's Lois, of course. Of course. Of course, John. Of course. I'm glad I ain't got Little Pony running. Mr. Ed. Oh, Eddie Bravo. That's right. Planet. And he don't even, you see that? But he was Planet Fitness or Planet New Jitsu or whatever it is. I call him Flathead Eddie. Oh, Flathead Ed. Well, hello, fool. And things aren't always what they seem, and there's a lot. You got a lot of people accompanying you. But thank you very much, and counting. That's why he says, see the 144. We are not. It tells us who the 144. And I only go over that because I'm not trying to be dogmatic and force any. That's religion. You take what you can use, leave the rest. I just pass and mail. The 144, oh, no, definitely not that. Had to come way differently now. Now, see, these are unnumbered because it's joys in the journey. See? Joys in the journey. I guarantee. Mr. William Steen. I'm almost certain. He moved, he met that where that gambler, the gambler that bought that place. She believed she was communicating with. I'm almost certain, and I seen it. He forced them out because they were trying to clean up the city there. It was built on a big swamp, Seattle, basically. They just all the landfill to fill it all in and stacking it up, but they pushed all that stuff out there, and it was a house of ill repute. Frank, my Aunt Frankie, said she was really big into that. She recorded an interview with Donahue that was talking specifically about the castle, and she's like, she would record on VHS. That was back when, matter of fact, VHS had just came out. I'm sad to say that, well, not so much anymore. I was one of the first ones to get her. Back then, the VCRs were like $1,200 and a camcorder. You know, well, they were this big. But Frankie, which Frank Day, that's was his daughter. He named her after that, which is my mom's. My grandma. And there's twins, because on her side, Uncle Lois's side, John. Oh, John and her were twins. And my Aunt Susie and my dad on Steen's side are twins. She's not doing so well. She got the jab. She's not doing well at all. She's not doing well. And let's see. So I'm almost certain I seen it, forced him out. But there was someone named Frank that murdered his family. Some, punk, coward, freak. Some lunatic that's just on the fringe of, have you ever noticed why the flag has the fringes, gold fringes on it? You don't know that? Be good, Johnny. Be good. The land of the home of the free. Isn't it the brave also? Oh, low spark, high hill boys now. Got a bunch of meow men and a bunch of, I used to say, hey man, we're gonna exit Dyke Road there, just coming right up over into, that's where I ran away from Tootle River, little Tootaloo. I said Tootaloo, but I'd come back after I'd run down to the Montesano. It's just all lunacy. They're nuts. They're all nuts. Mixed nuts, Nelly. All mixed nuts. Just all fucking Kirkland, right there. That's where he lived, Kirkland. Rose Hill, right there. Where do you think it comes from? Kirkland. Costco, Kirkland. It's right there. Mixed nuts. It's all oh, shoot. Well, it was empty. You know what? I'm going to go make me some coffee. I'll be right back. I love you guys. I love it when a word just rings plumb true. And you can see it, you can measure it, you can repeat it, you can sense, you can use all your senses. They're trying to deaden them all. You can go, gosh, man. You get off that stuff, you can start to feel again. It's more than a feeling. You can smell it. Man, I can smell again. I can smell. This smells good. He's like, man, I get a good smell. And they're like, yeah, they're doing a lot down there, man. They're really rocking and rolling. He's like, that's right. My children in whom I'm well pleased. My children, yes. Oh, they're fighting a good fight, aren't they? That's right, triumph. And trumpet, he's one of those trumpets. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you're right, boy. He said, yeah, you're right. I used to get $3,200 a pound. $200 a zip for that stuff. Oh, it was only by the grace of our Heavenly Creator, because he knew in my heart, so he shielded me in certain, just like these demonic dope runners. There's a few of them that run the coke and people, but the meth is coming in from China. Big ships. It's Trumpy dope. It's Trumpy dope. And but they bust a few just to say, God, look at the border. Oh Jesus, and they're bringing in, they're cooking the meth. No, they're not. They don't even have maybe the technology. They definitely don't have the money and the resource to cook the shit that's in here, not in the volume that. And it's coming in the backpack. No, they're not gonna. No, when you can get an ounce for. No, there is no way they could even produce it, let alone then run the shit over. Crazy. Why? They'd be doing their own dope. Just like, if lighting of the lamps, boy, if the lawsuit went, and all the people that's what they'd have been collecting their own food stamps. They'd have been on their own little assistance. Oh, Idaho and Oregon would have been, oh, shit. We're screwed now. Because all these fools are going to be over here. All these politicians and shit, they're going to be right here. Oh, yeah. They'd have been broke. You guys would have known. And you will. Know now what you're fixing to find out? Some of you already know. You'd have been like, are you serious? Oh, my God. And you'd look at your child and go, oh, fuck. Oh, honey. You'd grab him, give him a hug and a kiss, and just go, God. And some might even say, God, please forgive me. But, nevertheless, I said, shit. But. Those old keys, man, I heard them. Ching, ching, ching. The Loft. It was called The Loft, right next to Ruth Dykeman. Right there, Burien. Lake Burien, all the grass, green around there, except the Ruth Dykeman Center. But there's 3 children marching. 3 children marching. There was whoever designed that building, the architect. Boy, that was a beaut, huh? 3 children marching. And those towers, that's what they are. They're zombie. They're already starting to use them. And they get our central nervous system somehow, some way. Oh yeah, I've been up just hours. Oh, you're going hunting, huh? And my arms just, because that's that slave labor. They know exactly how your body's wore out. When they work you to the bone, just like doing being a slave to the system. It's a beast system. It's all the judicial, your military. It's all the bullshit beast system. It's got everybody brainwashed thinking that we've had to defend, uphold, protect, and serve our country, but bullshit also. Although y'all would have been fine men to begin with. You didn't have to go in anywhere to be a fine man, and certainly Forrest Run, you didn't have to go there to get off coke. But I'm glad you did. It didn't make a man out of you. All it did is do some more, little up close and personal testing. See, he'll never tempt. Test. Yeah, but This was a whole twisted. You want to talk about head games? I never did like Foreigner. That's why I can't stand that little fag. He's out there playing, but he really. That's all just a shit show. That's all literally a show. Because it usually went from head games, Foreigner, to Twister, and then Sorry. Then they go back to Well, we're sorry. And then and the Wacky Doctor game. Oh, the funny bone. Oh, you funny, funny guy. You remember the Polaroid? They would go, shh, laugh, you funny guy. The little Polaroids. Well, they would use these. It was before this. But every time I'd see that Polaroid, these people were sick. And they'd put their hands, they loved to touch. That was their dominating, breaking a person and trying to subdue mentally, because where the head goes, the body follows. And right there in that old restraint. Well, they call it restraining. And it was you couldn't hear anything. When you went into these rooms, you couldn't hear anything out there. You couldn't hear anything. They were soundproof. See? They were all soundproof. However, I heard it. I heard the sound. I heard the sounds it made. Sanjay was his name. He was an Indian boy from India. And they worked that poor kid over. And they hated, Bob hated those shoes he wore. Because they were like my dress shoes. And he would just kick him in the shin. He'd just out of just nowhere, he'd just kick him. Right in the shin. Really hard. Bob was a big dude. He was a big dude. Yeah. It's amazing though. It's amazing. You forgive. You have to, so that when it's presented, the burden is not on you. It's thrown in the sea of forgetfulness. It's only on them. It's on them. I apologize. I haven't had this window open in a while, and did you hear that? Somebody just came out and took the garbage out. I haven't been here to even speak to any of my neighbors in a while. I used to have this open all the time. And I might go back to that. But like I said, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. And I get distracted sometimes. Humanity. Oh yeah. That was a good one. So martini, a couple glasses of wine, and I got booby trapped. I did for a minute. But I just love women. I just love people. Period. And it knew that too. So it was trying to freakify me right away. See? It wanted to keep that. It wanted to keep little Willie from being freed up. Little Willie. But oh God, I was dying. I was literally dying. And they were laughing and running and playing, and it was a beautiful summer day. And I know they had to watch all of us kids watch, because there was all these rooms. They had to be torturing us, man. They had to have been torturing us this way, because is the way the windows were. They were all lined up. It was a long, long hall. This loft was just a long hall with a bunch of rooms up top. And down below was a big, huge mess hall. Of course, they would only use a little bit of it. And the rooms weren't all being used for some reason. And then there was a breezeway. And then there was Ruth Dykman. And I can only imagine what Ruth, she was like. I used to eat breakfast in that dining room. It was so beautiful. And this place was so beautiful. You could feel the love that, big places like that could creep you out. They can, I find it a thrill when I'm up in abandoned places, big abandoned. I don't. Hey, they're dead already. He said, ride your bike, son. They're dead. And let the dead bury the dead. You're alive and living. You just ride that bike like you're fixing to steal it. Of course, it was mine. I had to get it back. Right there at the Masonic home in Des Moines. It's because I was fishing for them koi. I thought they were just goldfish. I catch them with bubble gum. I used to use the taffy, but then I thought, well, shit, it just dissolves. And I want to eat the taffy, the gum. I'm not supposed to swallow it, so I'm going to... You'll see in the center, there's a big round... It's an eye. It's an all-seeing eye. That's what they do. But I'd catch these fish out of there. I thought they were goldfish, but they were koi. Expensive koi. And the groundskeepers were instructed, and they snatched me up, but I got away. It's like in my dreams, I just barely get away and I fly. I'm able to fly. Always the reoccurring dreams. They got my bike. And my dad was very anal retentive about our bikes getting stolen because he'd buy us a new one every Christmas. You see, Christmas was a very special time. Except I know Christian's paganism. It's that tree. Of course, we are in the evergreen state. I love that smell. Hot toddy, any of this smell of that pine, he'd be burning. He'd have the little fake flocking. Oh, he talked Thai real good. It was a flocker thing. He had to. And she told me, I said, and don't be weird, please. Please. Because she's going to hire you. And I said, oh, and I'll pay attention. She smiled. And I'll say, I'll be a little weird. And she said, don't make me fire you. Because I am going to be a little weird. Strange and peculiar. So he was a little... And it wasn't even Fred. He was already dead. It was Ted Thurman. The one that was... Yeah. Concord, California. Bonnie, his daughter. Oh boy. Can't make this up. And his son, Lester. Lester. He had just died. Shit was really going south. Ted, he worked for Lockheed, Tacoma Boat. Good man. Really good man. I love him, still love him extremely. And I like the guy. And he would... The bikes. And I knew that I had to get that bike. Because he was going to eventually find... Hey, where's the bike? The bike that Fred bought. Probably Christmas before. Now he's a newcomer on the scene. Bringing in good money. They'd sit around. We'd actually eat dinner and breakfast there at the table. It's important to break bread with one another. That's what when you commune, that's what you do. You give thanks. Some say, well, I never give thanks for I do every time I eat and drink. Thank you, God, when I lay my head down. Thank you, God, I got a place to lay, even if it's on a cold cell floor. I always find myself being thankful. And he said, son, I'm so pleased with that. And in some of the worst, because I've been in I've been in the shithole of most conditions, and it just, I never really complained much about food. I never complained about food. I was never picky about what I ate. It might seem that way now, but there's more going on with that. But back to Fred, and that bike. I had to get that, so I knew I had to go get that bike. I had to get past the front desk, which was already on the lookout for us. The few kids that did have enough, or were, either have enough courage, guts, or just, unruly enough to go in the place. Because it was always a dare or something, It didn't just We didn't just leave it at the koi pond. There. There's that big, beautiful, well, I mean, can you call it? I mean, that's a multi-mansion. It's still there. I was going to go through it and run a video. I was going to run a... Might want to bring a bunch of food. Probably a bunch of homeless people in there, but... Hey, I brought some food, guys. Man, I used to play here when I was a kid. Yep, there was a stab and slab right down here. Right here, so they inject the venom. Suck the blood. Life is in it. Sucked it right out of them and put the embalming fluid in. Like formaldehyde. That's how I used to find the Bakelite. Not just the scrubbing bubbles. Because I had formaldehyde in the material, so it would pull it off onto the... I don't think scrubbing bubbles had that. I know I just got off track, but the formaldehyde did it. You could rub it. If you thought it was a potential Bakelite or lucite, usually Bakelite, and you would rub it, and the heat would cause friction. Try to make that up, and you would smell. It would burn your nose, kind of like formaldehyde, and that's how you'd know. Why are you rubbing that? They'd say. I said, oh, a little Trumpy blanket. I'm hoping, and so we got to grease it up. It starts squeaking. You got to grease it up. But so I had to pass that front desk because there's two of them. Beautiful. This place was actually really beautiful in a creepy ass way. I was very fascinated with the architecture and all the goblins and ghouly. It was definitely a trick, but in a kind of had a bit of a treat. I'm still right fruit, and Mr. L, I wasn't mocking the fact it was $900 when it's like I was gonna go order the Joshua Watts leather for my, because I try to do what I say I'm gonna do, you know. But you guys are only just seeing part of it. But when you get the full scope, you go, oh my gosh, this guy really is. He does love us. Well, yeah. And, gosh, where did I just go with that? The fruit. Oh, the fruit. It takes a lot to try that fruit out. I was going to buy me a whole, and I would if I had that kind of money. I'd have bought me a whole thing like that to go with my jerky. I missed two of them. They were so close. Yeah, that's why you see when I took that picture and I didn't have that many in my quiver. Yeah, they're over in the woods. They're in the forest playing hide and seek on me. Now I can't go traipse around looking for them. They're down in the ferns. I know. I think one hit a tree. I'm almost certain one hit a tree, and I thought, well, that was the sound it made when I hit that 4-point right there. Whack! I thought, well, I'm not going to go. You need to go look. I said, it hit a tree. He goes, Einstein, listen, please. So I'm learning to listen. So I go into the woods. Now I'm going to just go ahead because I've got brought back to my memory just the other day. I step in. Oh, it's beautiful. Step in, I drop. I used to get my hands right in the soil, that mycelium. Everything's connected. You know, they want to just try to just because we have dominion over everything natural. It come to change times and laws, natural times and laws, the laws of order. Everything, there's an order. This whole earth, she just completely is just rejuvenating. It's hurtling through space. But, back to the point. Well, the Word of God is alive and living. It's sharper than any two-edged sword. So back to the point. Oh, Bob. Who's shish kebabbing who now, boy? Huh? Oh, Bobby. Be good, Bobby boy. I stepped in, dropped down. I took 27 steps in. Exactly where I shot that last one. Well, not the last one, but the last one on this path. Which there's a push down in this one again. They're pushing down shit again. Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Nephilim, whatever. Did you see that footprint? Did you see the size of that footprint over there? Did you see that? Did you see how all that? And did you see the size of that weed? The little those they're the I'll have to take a picture of it. I forgot the name of it, but you see how big some of those things get over there. We got some stuff over here grows big, not all of it, but some of it. I'm talking skunk cabbage you wouldn't believe, taller than me. Not that's as tall, but big stuff, big ferns, and that big weed that we would consider a weed that turns into a big purple flower, a ball. That thing, that Sasquatch, and that was fresh. That just happened. So I had ran. It was watching me. It was watching what they always watch me. But so I was running it back into the woods. So that's probably what stole my damn elk. Son of a gun. I sat and waited an hour. Coming, got Gerald Ford. It was Les Paul and Betty Ford. Oh, they were good. They were good, Mr. L. They were real good. Oh, Betty Ford. She could sing. She could play that Les Paul like you wouldn't believe. See, things of value appreciate. They really appreciate. So I was 27 steps in. And I look over. Oh, there's one standing right there. So I draw back and I look. And I heard, be patient. So it starts to walk away. It's not even startled. It must be maybe 15 yards. It's not startled at all. I didn't startle it. It startled me. And so it started to walk away and turn. And then I seen another one out of the corner of my eyes. And it was big. So I let it down because it was walking in. I was being obscured from its view by some trees. I could tell as it was walking, so I just shoot real quick and stood still. And so I knew it was going to walk past the same way and follow that other one that wasn't as big. So it walked, and then it sat behind this tree. It knew I was there because I drew back again. It's like, oh, go ahead and step out from behind that tree, sucker. Because we're fixing to have some tenderloins tonight. And shoot. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I won't even have to pack this very far. Oh, this is going to be just beautiful. Oh, thank you, Father. I'm just thanking God. The God, not a God. I'm not... Trump. The sun god. Rah, 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 rah. We're not into that. We're into a relationship. Right? But this relationship would just so have it that there's work. There's always improvements, So I was going to go ahead and I was going to, accelerate the excitement. And I heard, son, fun. Joy is in the journey. So I had it pulled back, and I was gonna have to literally, if I could just step over, because I went like this, and I went like this with my bow, and I went, oh God, I could get him like that. So I stepped over like this, and I heard, son, if you would have just waited, just because I heard, just pull back down again, because he's behind it, and wait. That's my Bluetooth little can. So I was, but I didn't. I sure is. I didn't. Oh, and we, the salt of the earth people, slugs beware. Flavor for some, real slimy and slippery for others. Got to get the grease. I stepped over in my impatient. Schwap! I had let her go and it just went right. And it would have got it too, because it didn't do, how you get a jump sometimes when you let it go, but this thing's pretty fast. I've never had a jump on my bow. At least I haven't yet. They'll literally just, they'll do splits right there. It'll go right over their back. I've seen these things but I've never had that happen. It's pretty fast. So I know that the arrow is finding its mark before the sound is traveling and hitting its ear. And went right under its belly, right into some ferns, and then it jumped and didn't even run. It just kind of hopped, so it didn't really, because it was still quiet. And that's the first time, or maybe the second time, I've ever heard one of my arrows fly through the forest. It was that quiet. There was no birds, no nothing. It was so quiet. I heard that arrow go flying through the forest. It was beautiful. But I didn't have that feeling. I was literally I was a little anxious, and I didn't have that loving feeling. It was kind of, it wasn't there, quite there, because I was being anxious, and I was getting like a little JoJo, Richard, who's your favorite little rascal? So I got a little happy, and so I stepped over. So the next day, after I went back, I kept continuing. I finished off, and went up, and that's when I got the track of the Sasquatch in there, and then the push down and all that. Well, there's a bunch of stuff, but that's all they did. They just want to disrupt stuff. They like to. That's why they went over there and did that. Those people those were government. Those were part of the Luciferian. The sun worshipping, your government, your FBI, CIA, they're all the same. They're all the same. It's all the same. But that's who they're trained in doing. You can see, you go over there. Yeah, they did it, my neighbor. Oh man, Daryl, so naive. But what do? You don't sit there and you just pat them on the head and okay. Because I know I've worked in the woods for years. Like I said, unless this is a new technique, and just where they place stuff, and just they just want to disrupt stuff, because I brought up the fact that whoops, ooh, shake it up, ooh, shake it up. All right, Johnny boy, keep your goats, keep your kids out the traffic. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", slapping up. Went to the park to get the scoop. Isn't that something? Something. Yep, that Too Short, Eazy-E. Who was it? It was NWA, I think. That's when Snoop was getting rolling. Got the 8-ball rolling. That was back when Tommy and the Schwartzes. That was back when the Schwartz family was my family, and right there, right off First Avenue, Occidental, beer in, top hat. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, I know it'll rot your mind, and it's by design. They talented, aren't they? Talented. Get you going, but all by design, just like the Coke. Gotta gill them. Talk about noodling. Now that's real noodling. We've been noodling a long time. I'm gonna gut you like a catfish. That's the first time I ever heard that, Hannah. It was way down when I was living in Athens, not Abilene. Not to be confused with the Kavanaugh, Kerfuffle. There. Oh, ABL, I love you. Love that old ABL. So where were we? Taco Bell, Nephilim, Bigfoot. Oh, God, we could do a whole damn series on that. And will. How did they follow me over there to Chris's place? Because his grandfather let me hunt elk right down here. Because I knew that herd. We have a resident herd, and I'm like, man, I know they're down here. He's like, go ahead, go in there. You got your license, right? I go, you damn right I do. I said, if nothing else, I got my license. Are you certified? I said, nope, but I'm qualified. Don't need that bullshit. See, birthright. I'm not wallering in the pig pen no more. I'm not in there. That's my birthright. See? They don't like that shit. They don't like that. Well, you can have it. This is all going bye-bye. Well, no, it's being restored is what's happening. Oh, people, they got it all figured out. Everybody's got it all figured out about how it's all going to go. And the joys in the journey. It's beautiful. It leaves just enough meat on that bone. I'm sleeping. I'm like, God, please just take a rib from my side, will you? Because, damn it. Whew. That's right. That's right. So where were we? Oh, yeah, we were over there. So I shoot. So the next day I go in to look for my arrow and do a little hunting. But I don't want to get moving stuff around. I'm going to probably find him. And find the one in the tree. It wasn't that far. Where could it be? I mean, I got a fluorescent knock, pretty much, you know. Orange man bad. I knocked it. You give it enough rope. So I knew it would be around. I knew I'd see it. Eventually, and I will. So I heard this, hey son, did you ever think about taking a reading on the range? Which I should have done and was going to do the day before. But I didn't want to spook the deer, which weren't spooked anyway, and I had already got that impression, see? But I wasn't. I was going to try to run the whole damn show myself. And, even the birds, they don't store up, He feeds them, right? The lilies of the field, and all his array, and he clothes them. But I was going to go ahead and I was going to worry about everything and get it all figured out and showing them how it's done. Instead of following directive, which I'm learning to do. It's a rough road. Oh, it can be so rough and painful at times because love does hurt. Ooh, love. Don't let your meatloaf. Or is that Nazareth? See, I used to get them mixed up. And, oh, Johnny boy, the hair of that old dog. That old hair, but old comb. So I took a reading, which I should have done before, and guess what? Go ahead, just guess. Where do I usually shoot from? 33.3 yards, right? Which is 100 feet, 33 yards. That's where I mean, I could shoot further, and I just feel comfortable doing that. Plus, I'm up close, and I like getting them. I like, that big body bull. Do you see that? Light below zero. He said he just brought himself to me. You just want to, going chasing and paying for tail and stuff, and then see ya, and off they go. Oh, that was great. Well, there's your love right there. Use a trick. That's no treat. Yep, she's only got 2. There she's going back. She's only got 2. She had like 8, 9. And I've seen a couple of them cats around. I don't think they can get them though. I've watched them things just through my daughter's eyes, of course, and she was telling me, she's like, "Oh my gosh, man, the cat! It attacked the cat." It wasn't. They're all nice and fine and dandy, and and we feed them bread. But man, they just converged and just started the cat, the big ones, because they attacked one of them birds out here. See, I've seen the feathers. Quite a big target to attack. So I take a reading. You know what? It was 36. The good Lord is my judge, and was thou shalt not lie. 36 yards on the money. Dang it, right on the damn money. So that's why it went under. It's because I didn't even shoot a reading. I just thought, okay, that's about 30 yards. No, Einstein, it's not. You could give him the equation of how many coincidences he'd be puzzled. He'd be still trying to tie his shoe and snare everything up. Oh, they wind him up and kick him right out into society. Oh yeah, we got you. Look at all these weapons and stuff. Well, who do you think's going to be protecting? And then they all move into places up there. Yeah, they used to be my neighbors, Protect and serve, and the community. Oh, William, he wouldn't have that. I'm serious. That's just what we've seen. Just half. He goes, oh, there's another. That whole box. It's hip to be square. The whole thing was full, nothing but what he'd done, and is still doing. See, you raise a child up in the way they should go, and that wacky doctor game, and then sorry and fuck Twister, and it's a big mess. It's just a big shit show. So I'm wearing my coat because I'm cold and I'm trying to keep the heat down. I just paid the oh, there she goes. $90. It's going to go up a little bit, but it's they don't want a little bit of it, so this might get shut off. And just letting you know, this was bugged up. Cecilia said the other day, I got to go over there here pretty soon. She's like, Daddy, you can bring it over there and just log in over there and just shoot one right in the. They don't want a little piece of it anymore. They want all of it from his damn deal. They want it all now, see, because it was in my name. And he didn't order anything or nothing. That's just how it's designed. They get you so you're constantly chasing or what are you gonna do? You're not gonna use a phone. That's what she said. Dad, you don't even need it. Who cares? You don't need the just come down here. Everybody around here, like I said, has to have Wi-Fi. That's why it's a just in this little, even though it's secluded, we're out in the middle of nowhere, the Wi-Fi, because you have to have a booster cable here in order to, you won't, because of all the satellites and shit, the towers that they have they don't have one out here, a repeater tower, because there's not enough customers. That's really what it is. It has nothing to do with it. It's all the satellites. Oh, pardon me. Well, they got their own little navigation system there, No, you first. They'd be falling out of the sky left and right. The big old Volkswagens falling out of the... No, it's the biggest bunch of shit. There is no space, just the shit that's between your ears. And where the head goes, the body falls. There really isn't. And that's not even important. I don't even know why I went there, but you guys already know. Most of you already know. We know. We already know. We're done eating ramen. We want some of that damn filet mignon, fucking NASA. Okay, we want fruit off that tree. You bring that tea back. We know what this shit is. You Satan, boy. You ain't no good. You be out whatever you want to call. Got one sand of the sea and one right there. And there it is, right there. And the dragon became enraged. And the dragon became enraged with the rest of her offspring. Those that keep the commandments of who? Of the Pope? Boy, that's a all-you-can-eat apostasy. Ooh, talk about noodling, Gillum. Oh, and their testimony, which we are a testimony. Be prepared in and out of Sedum to give an account. The testimony is faith. That is faith. Mr. Carrico, which is great, you see. It might be hard on the reputation, in carnal, human, fleshly, religious, logistic, let's say in a judicial sense. Gives a shit about all your little doctrines and your little certificates and all your little achievements. Oh, it's amazing what they've done. If you can't observe it, repeat it, and if you can't sense it, well then it's probably bullshit. You don't have to believe, understand, or like it all. Oh, but the truth is it's so just transparent. It's reflective of all our senses. It's just so simple that they want to complicate everything and compartmentalize everybody enough to go, well, yeah, Trumpy Bear, give me a stick. Hey, man, hey, you never let me do anything. Everybody just wants to be in that the crowd, the broad road. Oh, it's paved. They're just skating, doing little tricks, just on the thin ice. As I did the push. The push is what got me. Oh, it was the push, right there in the arena. He goes, you can't take a photo of that. He goes, you need to delete that. He goes, that's Pan's pipes. That was the last photo. I was just because I was unloading. They made me unload the pipes. Big old hook, big old fangs. Yeah, swinging from your trapeze, scaring all the people, but you never scare me. Nope. Oh, belladonna. A ring-a-ding-ding. A ring-a-ding, but in this case, it's a from the beginning, from the foundations of the earth, all, and we're part of this, see? It's being used as an illustration as to what it is you don't want to be found associating with, even resonating with, accompanied with, partaking with, uttering. I wouldn't be fantasizing, foretelling. Vote. Vote? That's bullshit. You might as well just forget that right now. Of course, our Heavenly Father has ways of, tabulating his own little ballot, because he's restoring everything to its original dominion. You don't think that's why they come on? And so while you were there, Mel, you just like, God, please just give me the right things to say. And it would seem so simple, but so profound and powerful. Salvation is standing right next to you. And did you see old Axel Grease? Did you see him? It was that spirit. It was all going on underneath your feet, see? But that hedge of protection, you see? Mighty, he sends his angels. Mighty. Send me an angel? Angel and Blindy. His name was Melvin. Right here. Raymond, we call it. Either that was an eagle or a hawk that just flew right over this trailer. Melvin. What a blessing. Look, just like Charles Manson. Kindest heart. Rode his Harley right into a brick wall. Oak tree, you're in my way. It's real simple, people. It's so simple. They love to complicate. It's the complication. Confuse, control, conquer. Confuse, control, conquer. And this is it. Our mighty America. This is the last hooray right here for all of humanity. This is it. Got them all subdued, controlled, about ready to conquer them. But now it knows it gets shit. We're turning shit into shinola. And it shines. I don't call you son because you're mine. I call you son because you shine. And he just went like, just like this, just like that. And the scales fall. He's just a little scale on a molting. Well, birds molt, just a dirty birdie. He said it's called, you know what hobbling is, don't you? A little dirty bird. It's a pig. A fucking nasty little misery. It's all just misery. What a little shit show. It's all, but y'all are starting to see. You're starting to see. And you go to one of his rallies. Just go see. You tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. See, if you and I were to meet, you'd know what you'd see. You'd be able to touch. You'd be able to hear. You'd know. You'd see. You see. You get what you see. Right? That, But go and see if you must. Go see. Go see. Go see. Say, hey, why don't you show yourself? Why don't you show yourself? Mighty man of God. Show yourself. Before you get my vote, I want to get your goat. I want show face. Show yourself. And we know what Mr. L looks like. We know what Casey looks like. If you go Hannah, Millie, ABL, not JBL. My Yamahas they blew my bows away. Onkyo, Integra, the good Onkyo, before they went the way of Nike. Man, the canvas can do miracles. North 14th and Prospect. It's all just a prospect. And just as in O'Day, he would head right on over to Pix and she'd get the crab Louie, Lois. Loved crab. When Jeff and them moved up to Petersburg, they'd send down huge crates, styrofoam crates, big crab legs, huge. You don't even see them like that anymore. They've done raped, poisoned everything out, depleted everything, and to destroy those that destroy the earth. See, and the dragon became enraged. Well, that's why NASA is saying. And twice in Revelations it says, and here's what sustains the holy ones, those that keep the command. Exact same thing. And he's telling you again in different form. If you didn't get this one, if you're not understanding who the dragon is yet, and they're letting you know exactly who we are, who you don't want to be, is, was, will forever be, somewhere, is a long time to be or not to be. That's the question. So Q-tip, clean your ears and listen. Gump is not your friend. You don't want him. He's part of the Luciferian movement. He's just one of the scales of the dragon. That's all he is. That's all he ever was. And a really bad act at that. Like Sam, Sammy, ham, spammy, green eggs and hammy. Oh, it's growing back. Oh, we shall remain. All right. It's all a shit show. When you see, and then the heart, and the mind, it's a terrible thing to waste, because as a person thinketh, because out of a person's mouth comes the abundance of the heart. Just listen. Take that Q-tip and clean your fucking ears and listen. But as your mind and conscience has been seared, because it's got to be seared. She just went in yesterday to have her nerves. I got to call her today. And Dee Dee, there's that square D who's been taking her to and from because she ain't been able to drive. That cancer went away, but back to that's sad. They're all, it's Trumpy dope. It's all Trumpy dope. And it definitely ain't coming from Mexico, I'll tell you that right there. They done fucking... Well, that's not working, so just let them all over here, the whole South America, just let them all up here. We'll fix them. We can't fucking completely turn everybody against them, making them think they're the dope dealers. But you're not. You're Trump. You're Trumpy bears. Your little Hillarys, they're all into, they do stuff to go, well, used to. They don't do it much anymore. They're all like, well, yeah, you go first. No, you shut them up. Just keep them. They're just completely tailspins. Absolutely. It is a cacophony, and I mean a cacophony. It's death. Absolutely, just like they're open. Their graves, their throats are open tombs, just whitewashed tombs. A little bleach bit. Ugh. She said yesterday, she goes, well, what the fuck? Oh, my phone. She's like, you're on group deal. I go, oh yeah, since they find ways, because I give out my number. Well, she just factory reset your phone, Donnie. Why is this person saying, hey, would you please get me off the group chat? And I'm going, she goes, don't do that. That's mean. They're wanting you to get, I go, well, how did it get on here? She's like, well, it don't matter. Here, let me show you how to chime right on in. Just, we rattle and we rattle, it must respond. She goes, how did that? She goes, that's mean. Don't do that. I said, no, it's Maine. Like Portland, Maine. That's mean. In Portland down here, we're remaining. We're up in Cumberland County. Right there in about Cobblestone. We went from old right up here to Cobblestone. Cumberland County. Oh, it was privately printed. Oh, Rebecca would have loved this one. It was rare. Absolutely. It was on vellum. It was from a hand-laid paper. I had the complete first edition of Frank Baum. They just decided to make a movie out of Wizard of Oz. But it was all color plates. Even the expert, the one he had to go to an expert in a book and refer to. Cause there's so many things you have to know. So much to know. So many things I've had. Beautiful things I've been able to enjoy. And it's just stuff, though. You'll never see a hearse pulling a U-Haul. No big I's, little U's. No big eyes, little U's. So as we would appear to struggle, which it is, it's definitely a challenge, but see, our heavenly creator is shining through all this. It's a lot of money to come up with. 3 bedrooms is even a little much. But understanding, I get it. And in all reality, go try to find a place, even a 1-bedroom. Aside from a spot in the speaking of Sam Walton parking lot of Walmart, you're gonna pay quite a bit of money, and depending on where you're at, you're gonna pay quite a bit of money for a roof over your head. She also reminded me yesterday, because we burnt some meat. I did a little barbecue, and Tawana's like giving me the rundown on the schedule and stuff like that, and how she's gonna work me into there. Oh, what a beautiful thing too. I would have never thought. I'd say I will never. And I heard again. Don't say that. Don't say that. Because if you say that, and then I'm leading you to do that, and you, providing you follow my instruct, and that impression and that love and feeling, providing you do that, free will, you can. So yeah, because he's always working in those that are willing, He said, but you're a victim. I said, no, we're victorious. He goes, man, that's a good one. That's a real good one. I said, yeah, we just drop them. We drop them like they're hot, and it comes from such a simple but very superior source, very royal bloodline, very royal. And I'm not talking like this tinfoil royal fucking chasing the dragon shit over here. They're all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. I never did trust that Queen Moon. She said to leave it to me. Everything'll be alright. She said to leave it to me. Everything'll be alright. She said to leave it to me. Life's the same. It's moving in stereo. Life's the same, except for my shoes. Life's the same, shaking and tremble on. Life's the same, it's all inside you. Or not. Well, something's inside you, and we're getting its goat. We ain't gonna. Yahweh, Abba, Christ the Messiah. Woo! Holy Spirit, inertified. Oh, it's the elect. It's so beautiful. And then there's the chosen. From the foundations of the earth. Beautiful. And to destroy those that destroy the planet? No. And to destroy those that, Eddie, the planet. And to destroy those that destroy the earth. And to destroy those that destroy the earth. Because the earth is a natural signature. With his own hand he put it in the ark, could be seen both. He says, put it right inside. Wrote it with his own finger. Yes. With his own finger. It could be seen. The natural world bears signature of a supernatural creator. They're going to stomp it out as quick as it's going to stomp you out. It's going to stomp out creation, love, light, life, and the law. So it starts right backwards with the law. And it starts chipping away right at it, and they got you fucking spinning on a ball somewhere, off in space. Well, it's time to come back to reality, back to life, back to reality. I know, it's a real technical, advanced magical reality. You gotta shed it, just like a molting bird sheds its, just like a shedding. You gotta get it off. Cut, or just cut it off. Gouge it out, man. Gouge it out. I was watching on Pawn Stars. She said, Pawn Stars? I said, Pawn Stars. I'm going home when I left yesterday. I'm going to go home watching Pawn Stars. They all talk about, they looked at me. I said, Pawn Stars. And she said, oh, she had to do a little signing and whatever. And oh, no. I'm exaggerating. And he had eyeballs. It was when the old man was alive. And it was a bunch of drawers of eyeballs back, mid 19th century, late 20th century, early 20th century. Glass, hand-blown eyes for people that have lost an eye, because back in the day, And he didn't want them. Richard, Richard, who's your favorite little rascal? He didn't want him. He said, nah. He said, they're real cool and stuff. And they were pretty cool, but he said, no, he's going to, People buy the darndest things, He's doing loop-de-loops. Well, Lois would say, well, and I'm like, all right, Grandma. That was her, we knew that was her cue. That was our cue. That we knew Grandma was going to flew the coup. Not like Little Boy Blue, his goo. That's we the salt of the earth people. Slugs. It's a Slimer joke. You had to have been there. So, like I said, if I were to, and he says, be careful, because you don't want to mislead people, son. You don't want to even if I think, even if it's not true, and I have the ability to, even if you're wrong, I'll still try to make you feel comfortable and not, kind of. Some people call that walking on eggshells, but I've come a long way, a long history of dysfunction, to know it's your response. It kind of like, it rattles, and when we respond, it must rattle. Well, it just depends. She was milking that little snake, the little rattlesnake, in the first video, because they just come up when I'm led to do it. I just go up, and it's not like a playlist. It just comes in. That's interesting. So I guess you got your hand in everything. He goes, oh yeah, there's yeast in there, but there's a little sparky going on here and there. We got people moving mountains all over. It's beautiful. Well, that's how he's returning in magnitude. He said, greater things than these you shall do. Well, the natural world bears signature. He's going to restore it to its original dominion, kingdom come. I mean, people just miss this whole point. They just go right over it and they go, yeah, and heaven is a place, and hopefully we'll hurl ourselves to it sooner or later, and we won't get hit by an asteroid. Meanwhile, it's the biggest bunch of bullshit. So, as we reap, he said, are you sure? Are you sure? This poor old lady picked up a snake. And it was a poor old lady. So this atheist kid gets on the bus. He sees there's only one available seat that happens to be next to him. Elderly woman that's reading the Bible. And this atheist snake sits down and hisses and says, you actually believe all that shit that's in that book? Yeah. And she says, I do. And he says, so you actually believe there's in the belly of a fish? Jonah Fred Myers. Oh, Freddie Fender. Be careful, because you might bite the dust. You don't want to be treading on. I've got this for you. Just be cautious. We'll just go ahead and we're going to give you a hall pass on that one. Let's not let that happen again. Yesterday's activities. We like to live in the present time. Just a friendly warning. Just a little advice. You don't have to take it. Where were we? Freddie Fender, Gump, voting. Shit. Shit. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, shit. Trump. Oh, God. Draining the swamp. The snake. Oh, God, we're getting so close. Restoring to its original dominion. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? This all works out. Everything is all connected. It's all being restored. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Even the 1/3 is like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. White chicks, it's so funny when she's in there taking his shit on that golden toilet. Or he. Because shaved his legs and then he was a she. Oh, God. That's Step Brothers. I'm just here saying goodbye to. Just punch him. Just sock him right in his face. Just punch him right in his kisser. Oh, the honeymooners. Well, the honeymoon is over, and they're just socking each other up, and you're watching it. See, they're trying to do it, you know. Two little aboriginal in the cave. Needs garlic. You actually like that stuff, he said? They're eating crow, you know. That's right. Murder of crows. Would you call that a murmuration, Mr. O? Oh, it's beautiful. Well, even the birds of the air, they don't have silos. They don't store up there, you know. Every day they're taken care of, right? Oh, they're trying so hard to just rub out that. With his own finger, with his own hand. Seen it was good. Seen it was really good. Now he's got to drop one of them O's, you see. As far as the east is to the west, he's got to tick-tock. He's got to get it rolling. As it searches for a time on a watch with no hands, and when you are timing in eternity is... Oh, it's the past, present, and future. Well, you can just, you know, you don't... It ain't no time travel. I mean, that's definitely an oxymoron like jumbo shrimp. That doesn't even time travel. When you are time... What does that even mean? What does that mean? Oh, there's evil, Mr. L. Yeah, people capable of evil like this, like the Dahmers. Like the Dahmers. And Ring My Belt reminds me of, you know. Yeah, rustled up a little meat down in a hole. Old Danzel. You don't eat the meat. She says if you get 10 people to call, once we work you through though. If I don't fire you, I added that. 10 people to call, you'll get $100 a day. I said, you're kidding me. So if I am able to get this number out to 50 people, even if they're trying to, oh, it's going to be great. Watching the watchers and mocking the mockers. All along the watchtower. Now we're back to 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Right there in Walla Walla. Oh, it's sweet, isn't it? Beautiful. It's so sweet. We just get right on down to the heart of the matter. When I order from Papa Murphy's, it's a thin crust, artichoke heart, olives, and mushrooms. That's what I like. I'll eat the whole damn pizza myself. So when the guy from Texas, when it's in the CNC machines down there doing the aerospace stuff, oh, it's beautiful. We had the whole run. He says, what kind of pizza you want? Well, not the kind that, you know. Oh, God, just the stuff that they... All mockery. So 50 people, I give 50 people, and 10. If I can get 10 to call, that's $100 a day. Are you serious? She goes, yeah. Yep. We get her times up and everything, and then, because she's... actually, they exploit her a lot because she knows how to run. That's one thing. That's why you wouldn't know that, you know, the burden and stuff, things that people carry, because we're all damaged goods. It just drops one off, right? Comes now firsthand, seeing exactly, experiencing it. It's the whole in full. See, he comes to fulfill. Runs the whole thing. Gets times up on store. She'll place. That's she's got her own store. She bounces her around. But now she's got her own. Been promising her that for I don't know how many years. because she's a go-getter. She likes to please. It validates more than likely. Like me with the clean house type thing. It helps you kind of bring some sense, some sound reason to the noise that you might be experiencing. Some soft. The sweetest song is silence type thing. Just peace and joy and just calm. No anxiety, and understanding starts to become of that still state of reference and physical becoming. You start to just become you just become. That's exactly to fulfill. That's what you do. And everything else just falls down around you, falls off. Well, she's got these things down. She's got them down. She gets them all because she knows them all. She knows the times, and she's on it. She brings her employees treats, no tricks, and even buys them stuff, getting gift cards and stuff outside of her own, not even the company deal. She's always does that kind of stuff. So it really, like me, like I always say, well, hey, how do you like it? I said, I love it. I said, actually, because he kept asking me, I said, I can't stand you, I can't stand. And he was like, you keep asking me. I said, I enjoy it. You people make it this shithole job, Shinola. You see, the people make it. Someone's got to do it. It might as well be me. So if you're doing, well, that's a good attitude to have. Well, yeah, that's a good attitude to have. See, that's a good attitude to have. So together we have a great attitude. So we're going to beat this thing. You see, they don't want just a little bit of it. Now they want it all. They're going to shut me off. Ain't just enough here. They can't kill the messenger, so they try to shut down the message. 84 months, Dan, and you're complaining. I'm not bringing that up. I apologize, but that's a long time. A day is like 1,000 years. You see, we got these. An hour is like you never know how God. And I'll clean up that parking lot. And so far, so good. And just one day at a time, so I can get caught up, because my bank has carried me as far as it can. I actually got a call. I never get a call from my bank, ever. Never. I never get a call from my bank, because I'm always, and Lori, Lacey, Fran. No, not Geico. But Fran, I got a call yesterday. I was like, man, we're trying, but you gotta really. Because I went basically to another armed robbery, and then last night it was a die pack on Pawn Stars there. I might as well just went in and robbed. They're like, man, we gotta, you come in here with that mask on, but we know who's underneath there. This is not. It's you don't have much candy for you there, little buddy. So I gotta get rolling, and they're hammering, which is fine. They're hammering every way they can. Of course, they can't personally, because they try to do outside hammering, that outside stuff, because outside you look great, but inside you're as filthy as rags. But we switch that around, inside but outside you're just glorified by the old blast of the trumpet. No. But so anyway, so that's that. Because see, I already know. I know her. She's got control of all the. I can get right in the schedule, the whole everything. I didn't even have that. Even a lot of these other jobs that were really taking its toll on my body. But because where the head goes, the body follows. It didn't really know it. But the Lord was like, son, you need to slow down. You need to slow down, because you're killing me. You're killing me, and it's and we got a lot of work to do yet. You got to. I'm trying to get 120. I know I might sound selfish, man. I got lives to live, and souls to salvage. Who knows? 5 minutes from now, I don't know. But that's my That's my motive of operandi, Mr. L. My motive is to win souls through love. And all this other shit that's going on and everything we've been through, it has a lot to do with that's we know where we're going. And it, not very far. It has a lot to do with where we've been. It is just, some might say, oh God, but you're going to go, oh man, he's just going to take all that and he's restoring it all. Wow, that's amazing. Because what the enemy has set up and designed and culminated and fashioned and fueled, he's taking that, he's using it for his good. And all things work together, all good things for those. It's some scripture verse. I'm getting pieces of it. It's in there somewhere. Matthew. I was going to read some Matthew because that Matthew Davis. Somebody let me know that it was on. Thank you very much. And I'm not saying that you guys have to do that. Just like no more than I'm saying. But you have to send me those shirts. But you did. You're not. Look. When I give. That's not. When I'm led to give, it's not mine. I'm just a steward of it. And I want to be a good steward of it. He leaves enough meat on the bone for us. It doesn't seem like it a lot of times. But it's a trying and a testing of our faith that produces this right here. And it hasn't let me down yet. Oh. It gets rough. Don't give up. I can hear Kate saying at times, don't give up. Please don't give up. See, Michael was there and Gabriel not far behind. He was right there. I've seen him. There's Nathaniel and Raphael. So many of them. So many, and He created us in his own image, and so he can, when he gets down in there and no, forced love is rape, but he has his, and he'll use. And so when you seek things that the enemy had used, even songs and artists and all this devil shit that you think is, it's the devil music. Well, and it's yes, I understand about the Halloween and all that stuff, and I get it. But music is something, he said, make a joyful noise. They can't. They have no authority or complete jurisdiction over. No. See, because we write a new song. And in these songs and in these things that we find burdening ourselves, we find great relief and joy and peace. And it takes us back, a song, a time and place. And they're all symbology. They have no real power. They have no real jurisdiction over us, beloved. They have no authority. None. No, it's fear. When you cast that out through the light of love, and then that light will shine, people will see, and that will be the hope they will find, and they'll piece of it. You see, he said, go for yourself and buy some for yourself. He said, go. How could that be, though, if I can't buy my way to heaven? How? This is how. This is the substance of things hoped for. See this, and the substance of things. I haven't seen this before. This isn't hocus pocus. This isn't sleight of hand. This isn't apparitions. This isn't sorcery. This is simultaneous serenading our king, our sire, dame, and then sire. It's not good for man to be alone. And Ruth Dykeman, and Ruth, we had to take her home. Never feed dogs human food. It just goes to show you they're like a damn canary in a back to the damn eating crow again. In the cave, the coal mine. Oh, he wouldn't. No Crab Louie there, people. Frank, you wouldn't find Frank there. But what was she thinking? This beautiful Skip Butler? No, Butler, though. Skip was my counselor. Oh boy, Boy George. No, we won't get off track. But Ruth, although it's all connected, Ruth, what was she thinking? Social creature, that you would leave her. Even if you can't stand, she's gonna die of cancer, and you can't. But you leave. But then on top, and then you leave her. But then you leave her to die after you fed her all this shit. And they're gonna tell you something else. Yeah, it's got cancer. Blah blah blah. You feed her human for that little treat. Well, it's a trick. They can't. We tread on scorpions and poison and stuff. He created us just for this very purpose. I raised you up. And so for such a time as this, and so these dogs, and so we have dominion over them. And you watch them, and she was young. Never had pups. Israel's darling Rebecca. That's her mother's name. Prophet's daughter Ruth was her name, paper on paper. And Papa took her home. And for 3 days. And I was mistaken. I thought she passed in the... But she was in the vehicle. She was... pulled him right out of that tree. I was thinking of that when I was just doing this. And he said, she's gone. She had her chin right in between the driver door and the steering wheel. And she knew I loved her. See, that's... Oh, you people, you're going to reap what you sow. I would suggest you You already know. Everybody knows. They all know already. See, that's the thing. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. But he said, but they do know what they're doing. They do know. They know. They do know. See, that's why. You're the when. Where is apparent, and why is definitely... It's been seen. They know. They've now turned a blind eye, and the ones that haven't, minus the ones that are being salvaged in Revelation, is becoming them, because they're seeking. Their conscience has been seared, as with the hot iron, as with her back yesterday. Seared. Matthew. Let's see what Matthew has to say. Book of Love, Kate. He sung Book of Love too. The Book of Love. And Salisbury Hill, you know. You can keep my things. Come to take me home. Well, it's not very far. It's going to be a Pantheon. A little 3-day matinee. And then everybody's going to be like, whoa! Holy Moses! And old Sam. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be just great. You sit. Now, we're going to be watching everything. We're going to be... Oh, we're going to be gladdy. We're going to be all real gladdy. Little Maddie. Little Maddie. Oh, speaking of Maddie, her little stepdaddy, my son, now is hauling big... Got an RV. I had a big old RV on the tow truck. 60 hours. I didn't even know there was that many damn hours in 1 week. Little Maddie. Yeah, little Maddie. That was in there. Little Maddie. Little Maddie. Oh, don't go losing your head. How do you know she's dead? I have her head. Well, once in a while. I said, cut it off for us. Just cut it off. Hey, we're part of the Scrubbing Bubbles crew. We'll go help you clean it right top to bottom, side to side. Shh. You see what we did to that creek? Old Sam's Creek Road. Huh? Just holler, boy. Hand with a load of gun. Just call. Just holler. Oh, I know. We got all them trees, all them cut down. It's nice to know how to run it. I got to go to McLennan's, get that piece. It's just a little screw. To solve. Still, like a thief in the night, you just steal miry clay, it's all, well, you can try. It's fun, isn't it? Just don't give up. Don't give up. Please don't give up. You just run that race. Oh, it's the state that you're found in. It's not where you've been. It's where you're going. It has a lot to do with the state of mind you're in right now. That's it. Right here. Right here. Thinketh. Oh, that's going to leave a mark right there. Oh, here's Matthew right here. Well, let's see what Matthew has to say. And there's Mark right here. Oh, well, here's Mark right here. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed. There's always confirmation. Usually two with me. There's always two. Where two or more, always. He said, man, I've been waiting for you. That was Lewis Hagler. In RJC, down there, Willis Street, right across from the arena when I was doing the push. Semi-loads, one right after the other, and that's why they hire temp services, and then the other people, they kick us to the curb while they eat lunch, and it's only a half day, and then they do the easy stuff. But all the rigging up there and stuff, man, I gotta get me some climbing gear. That's on my list. Thin ice, real thin, real thin. And they travel around, and she said, well, I've been with him. I said, do you like it? She goes, no. She goes, it's the people. I said, no. We were alone, of course. We were running back from one of the last container we were pushing up. And I said, no. She goes, no, it's people. She was 10 years. She was young. She couldn't have been more than 30. She says, yeah, I'm about done. I said, well, you travel around? She said, yeah. They do this setup. Okay, let's see. Preached, confirm. Oh, this is, pardon me, it's Mark, it would be Mark chapter 16, verse 20. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the word through accompanying signs. Accompany. Well, where two or more gather, there's your company. Now, you don't want to be bad company unless, of course, you're seagull. You fly, sometimes you seem like you're alone. He said, Desi, Hacksaw Ridge, you're never alone. See, it was the implements of war. That's what the fallen angels, it was the death part that, we're going to kill each other. Death. Yep, I was off. That's why I just missed it. I was off by 3 yards. Well, I guess it would have behooved me to, because I have it through my camo, the eye of the needle there, little camel, through the eye of the needle right there, my little button, and I have it hang right there so I can just, and make as little as movements to do a reading on where. But what I had been doing, wherever I happened to be, over in the forest at the time, I'll sit and then I'll take a reading. Usually a place where there's a good flight path, because I don't want to make a bunch of noise. And I'll take a reading of trees that are around. I'll try to remember, which is not easy to do if you smoke weed, because it will definitely rob you of your own last name half the time. Completely just. So I'll take a reading of the trees, and then that way, if something steps out or walks around, then I'll wait for it to get within one of the trees that I know. I've taken a reading already and know about what the distance is. or somewhat, because I have a little room. I can play with the drop and with the arrow a little bit. But it's just so. Oh yeah, went completely just, you know. And it was right there. It was right there where I got that 4 point before. I didn't even have very far to go. And then Donnie was over the other day, little Maddie, and a couple days ago, and I said, now if I call you, he's like, dude, I've been working a lot. He goes, but if I can get some time, I'll come, because when I get that elk, I said, I'll send you home with. And so they're all up for that. They want to save me some money on food. Big old back strap. Big old elk back strap. You can just cut. He knows. I said, just leave it. Let it air dry. Just leave it in your fridge. Move one of your racks up. Put it on a towel. Just leave that thing. Just air dry it. Just like they do in butcher shops. They don't wrap that stuff up. You're buying blood and water. Blood and water. Just let that shit cure, air out. It's called controlled biodegradation, controlled decay. And, but yeah, those dogs. It's all the shit that's in it. It's all the growth hormones. It's not the meat. It's what's in the meat. It's all the growth hormones, the antibacterial, their antibiotics, and they've tested these things to kill us. That's what they've done. He's given us 120 years, and we can't even ring out, 60. Crazy. And can you imagine? Should be just blowing them all up until 120 years. You should be just getting it and doing it all up 120 years, and then just out. No, all that dimensional. That's all unnatural. Ain't none of that natural. None of it. They've reduced us down to this. Oh, just keep your eye on the birdie. Just keep your eye on the birdie and keep eating it and just let. And you let them do it. That's what you've done. You've let them do it. Now they've reduced down to America. Just one nation under God. Just one little nation. Okay, now we've got it right down to here. This is about it right here. Then got everybody else all lunatic. All they're hanging from the fringe. They're all in La La Land somewhere. Genocide. Just all the, all the stuff that goes along with fear, Because you got to blame someone for your own confusion. It's a MAGA con job. That's all it is. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's do Matthew. And then I got to get rolling here pretty soon. Oh, it's going to try to play some games today here. But we weren't having it. See, it's only too late if you give up. It's never too late. Never. Because eternity is standing right next to you. It's right here, right now. It's in the moment. It's all you got. It's the most valuable thing you have. It's the only thing you have control over. Within reason. I mean, they can't read your mind, so they want your vote. Go grab your Trumpy blanket and sit down in a nice cold cooler. The same cooler. Oh, water boy. That old cooler. He said, Mama, you the devil. Oh, Dula Amblangata. And you heard old Matthew, he said, well, you did it. Like he was patron. Oh, you did it. Well, I'll look at you when I get to the basement. Oh, you did it. Well, yeah. Well, it's because he wasn't going to do it. He wasn't good. It's not easy just to go live and just to wing something. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of faith. You might get mocked. Well, now, who's mocking the mockers now? Who's running that up there? Who's cleaning the show? Huh? Oh, he's cleaning up his act, huh? A little shisky bobber. Little shishka bob. Little hooky bobber. See, I to pimp, you to hoe now. Not you. It. See? Little hooky bobber. Doing a little fishing. Little bobber goes down. We just kind of set that hook. Sometimes the gills come right out. You got to slow down, son. Don't pull on it so hard. You see them pulls? He said, oh, you can have all that. Matthew. He said, well, you can have them, bro. He says, you can do them, right? I go, well, yeah. Well, because there's enough overhang to where if I fall, it'll at least break my fall enough to where I want, But all bets are off. 2-story. If I'm going to, yeah. Just that little bit of distance makes a big difference. Big difference. I know. Because perfect love casts out fear. And heaven help it when it falls. Oh, boy. Weren't you the one that was running that, operating that ride down there? Yeah, he said, well, when and where did you happen to, and in what fashion? I said, oh, no. Bottom? What bottom? I said, shit, I was falling with a damn shovel. That same shovel, remember, Millie? One shovelful at a time. We're moving mountains. One shovelful at a time. There's work to be done. Buckle up. Work? Well, you know, faith without works is what? Dead. Death, where is your? Oh, okay. It hates it. It hates it. See, we love the sinner, but we hate the sin. The same sin we struggle with, but it stinks. Oh, I like to sink the pink. I'm an up close and personal kind of guy. I like to just get right up in there. That's you know, that's the fact, the truth of the matter. You know. He says, now you be careful, son. Be careful. Because describing pornography is but you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you see it. So let's read this, Matthew. Brokeback Mountain, the Lord's Supper. While they were eating, Jesus took bread. He took bread? He said, it's not good for man to be alone. I'm going to send you a helper. We're not talking hamburger helper, but humanity shall not live on bread alone. You know that hand, that little hand. I think of Crystal by Fleetwood Mac. Oh, it's as sea level as can be. And that bread. What's that bread called? That Indian bread. Oh, I like that bread. His name was Hisham. It was Hisham. I stood in line for 6 hours. And Lind with Dee, Square D. 6 hours. And I know didn't have a silver leg. I know for a fact. Lord's Supper. While breaking bread. Oh, well, here we go. While they were eating, Jesus took bread, said the blessing, not a blessing, said the blessing, not a Lord, not a God, the God, because there's a lot of gods, got a lot of spirits. You're a house, one of two spirits, and there's a lot of divisions of them. They got a bunch of compartments. Tombs is what they are, just a bunch of tombs. And then yesterday I seen another one. This guy brought in a tomb. It was cast iron. It had a window here, you know, because times you might die in Pittsburgh and shit. Your body's got to be shipped all the way up to the gangs of New York. You're potpourri, and you get to stinking, you know. You're at the four corners. There's that five corners, and it's cast iron. People, and he didn't want it. He didn't want that. There was some stain. He's like. And the guy said, shit, I think he would have bought it if he hadn't seen that stain. Yeah. Well, that's going to leave a mark, you know. Oh, yeah. Yep. Stained glass. Yep. He wrote right in the sand, they all dropped them rocks. They all dropped them. You thought I was going to say, and I was. I was going to. I was fuzzy wuzzy. I told him, I said, he goes, can you run a chipper? I said, man, I've sent more fucking wood through a chipper than a woodchuck could chuck. Okay, so let's see. And then we got to get going. While they were eating, Jesus took bread, said a blessing, broke it. Oh, he broke it. You see, they pierced him, but none of his bones were broke. None of his bones were broke. But here, he broke it. He broke it. He said, the word became flesh and dwelt among us. See, man shall not live on bread alone. And broke it. He broke it. You see, he broke it. We got to break it. Break yourself. Break yourself. Broke it. And giving it to his disciples, said, "Take and eat. This is my body." What? This is my body. My body lied over the ocean. My body lied over the sea. I said, "What?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." I go, "Oh, gosh." And I found out her name was Bonnie. I was like, "Oh, my goodness. There's no way." He goes, "Oh, son, yeah, there's a way. There's a way. Truth and life. And that love, life. And there's that light, that little spark. Just that little spark. I got a little spark." He said, "Just a little further." Then I heard them fucking keys. Writhing, dying. It's writhing now. Dragon tails. It's just a gobbling its own goo. Writhing on that floor. Naked. He said, she said, "Who will save your soul?" As I was writhing, dying. Oh, they were having a party. There's a party here. Well, be careful. You're going to find yourself in Nineveh. You be careful there as your brown skin shines in the sun. Be careful, kid Freddy. That old banana in the tailpipe trick. Be careful. You got a hall pass on that one. I won't mention that again. You all got a hall pass on that. Hey, we aim to please at customer service. Be cautious. We aim to please. Like, oh, he's talking about, God, please just make him stop. Please. Well, they would have, they could have, they can't, so they won't. They're scared. Cowards. And they want you to be, well, you gotta earn their respect. Wrong. That was a lie also. Trust is earned. Respect is Christ given. Oh, they don't like that one. Ooh-wee. You don't have to love, like, believe, or understand any of it. But respect, God given. Everybody gets respect. You don't have to like them at all. Because I like dogs better than cats. But I respect and love all of them. All of them. Oh, did you see him? Up the road to the school, you know. Be a good boy, Johnny. They call it catting up. Call it catting up. Anything to mentally, you know. If you ain't in there, you know. Who's your favorite little rascal? It's mental masturbation. They got you, you know. They just want you just you know, out there. Trump. It's okay. John 3:16 it. Me and Trump. All right, let's see. And broke it. And giving it to his disciples, said, "Take and eat. This is my body." Then he took a cup. A cup? Ooh, he took a cup. Gave thanks. He gave thanks. He took a cup. He gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink it, all of you." This is what he said. "For this is my blood of the covenant." Huh? Which, who wrote with his own fingers? What, Aaron? What? Johnny be good. It's a new gold standard. What? And could be seen from where? Blood of the covenant, which will be shed on behalf. He come to what? Fulfill. But here, on the behalf, be still and know. On the behalf of many, for the forgiveness of sins. Many? How many? Many are called, few. Where two or more gather, you ain't bluing your goo on this one. This is, behalf of many, for the forgiveness of what? Death. What's the wages of sin? Death. Of sin. Let's see, 29. I tell you, from now on, what did he say? From now on. How long is on? Well, if you drop one of them O's, nugga, did he say, what? Drop tell you, from now on, I shall not drink this. I shall not drink this. Okay, hold on, because I got a bunch of notes in here, so I got to look past all the scribbles. Let's see. Behalf from many forgiveness of sins. Fruit of the vine until the day. Okay, let me go back and reread this. Okay. For this is my blood of the covenant, which will be shed on behalf of many are called, few chosen, for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, from now on, I shall not drink this fruit of the vine. Ooh, isn't that divine? Intervening. When you intervene, when two or more gather, and then there's that third, that's that intervening, that's that interceding. Fruit of the vine until the day, not a day, until the day when until I drink it with you, new in the kingdom. Kingdom come will be done. New heaven, new earth, new names. Out with the old. We're throwing that kid, that little baby, out with the baptismal. Bye-bye, sayonara, arrivederci. Bye-bye, see ya later. Greatest thing ever. I tell everybody, hey, it's great. It's a symbol. It's symbolism. It's symbolic. Here we go. We're back to religion again. Okay. Fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it with you, new in the kingdom of my Father. Well, he's seen it was good, right? Kingdom come, thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This day you shall be with me. He meant your spirit. Well, those that are dead in Christ will rise first, literally and figuratively. Dead in Christ will rise first. In Christ, I in you, you in me. I'm sending you a helper. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. But they don't like that one. They just want to just keep heaping up. Oh, the breadsticks you can eat. Come on Olive Garden. We just have to just get that shit rolling. Go buy some oil for yourself. Go get some for yourself. Right there. Day when I drink it with you, new in the kingdom of my Father. Then after singing a hymn, singing what? A song? What? Singing a hymn. They went out. Where'd they go? They sat down. They kicked back in the recliner. Boys have penises. Girls have vaginers. Hey, he always leaves a little laughter on the. Hey, we won't let you kill the laughter. All right, you little lunatic. We ain't letting you do that. Because boys have penises. Girls have vaginas. Oh, thank God. Drink. Okay, let's see. Mama's got a squeeze box. Papa never sleeps at night. It's been mean. Be patient, son. Be patient. And don't gloat. And don't get all, when the demons, because they're subject to you also. But don't get all high and mighty. You don't want to do that. You want to be humble in a bold kind of way. Because people will see it. Be like, watch this fool. Once he lets down his guard. Look, watch. Just sit back. Watch. Just watch. Oh, shit. Look at all this. Look at that. That's evil. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's repelling. Because that's dark and that's light. And what would light have to do with darkness? A little match. I've seen it burn twice. Right there in the kingdom. Right in the center. Right at center field. Right there. The whole thing. Darkness. Illuminated. In a dark place. Kingdom, my Father. Then after singing a hymn, they went out to the Mount of, Smashing Pumpkins. Mount of Olives. It's the heart of the matter. Artichoke heart, olives, and mushrooms. Got so much mushrooms over there, it's crazy. But I got you would think I would know. Well, I went through a hell of a trip there. Little belladonna. Death cap mushroom I ate. And it looked just like a damn portobello. Oh man, I went on one hell of a ride. Woo! And it wasn't on purpose. It was for people die for the lack of what? Knowledge. Iron sharpens iron. See? You don't take to a heart surgeon. Yeah, we're to build each other up, help each other out. That's the thing. But they want to compartmentalize everybody. And, the one that can grow this, and that one that can produce that, and manufacture this. Everybody's capitalism, Trade and trade alike. There's no racial barriers or stereotypical, narcissism, which is just, it's fear. They want you to be scared of everybody. And they start shit up to where you there is some things to fear. Well, because you get the daddy out of the home. Oh, God, it's a real... it starts with a little bit of change. You notice a little bit of change missing, and then your daughter's knocked out. I've seen it a million times. Okay, what else we have? Okay, so that's that. I'm going to have to get going. How long have we had? Not that it really matters how long we've had, but I'm curious. 2 hours, and right back to that 2:47, aren't we? Yes, we are. Pretty close. All right, well, I love you guys very much. I will run a stream soon. ASAP. Try to get this going. Because I like taking you guys where I'd like doing one every day. If I could, even just for 5 minutes. I know that's real funny. You 5 minutes? That's real funny. Real funny. Yeah. You can lie to your brother, but not your you can lie to your mother, but not your the mother was a mother. Oh, his mother was a mother. That baby girl. I said, no, that's not it. No, it's not a squirrel, honey. Oh, my little baby. A little baby. Nope. Because I got too much going on. I can't be the type of owner that I would be expected to be for that creature. It's a social creature. Get him off the chains. Get him out the garages. Yeah, we're doing the world a service. We're just going to go ahead and get them all euthanized. Well, when you got people in all these puppy mills, and they're down here selling them right on the side of the road, you see them. They got these stores. And they're flying these signs, and flipping these signs. Puppy mills, all puppy mills. And they're pushing all these. It's sad. God, when you hear them. And then, oh, Jesus. You see, that's why I had to get her fixed. I would never do that. But I didn't. When you seen some of these people that are coming to get some of these dogs, I was like, wait a minute. And see, I'm responsible for that because I'm their owner. I have dominion over them. So I'm responsible for them in every way, shape, and form. Their health and their, even their frame of reference in that sense, where their comfort, their security. That's on me. It's all on me. That's all on me. And so when you got to be places where they can't be and they don't supposedly belong, well then, well now it's, everybody's got to serve his dog, But going to work, having them on the, out in the, that's one thing, coming home, and then, you got outside dogs also, but those outside dogs better have other outside dogs that are also treated, you see them people up in, you see, what's it, Casey? Was it Casey, or it's, I almost had it up in, Life Below Zero up there. He's got, 30, 40 dogs. Well, see, they're all, they can intermingle, without getting themselves all tangled up, socialize with one another. They're definitely outside dogs. They're very well taken care of. And you can tell they're alive and living. They got a spirit, You know, they're not broke. Got them on a damn chain, you people. And you know. Oh, you know. You know. I'm not worried about what he said. Oh, you will. You will be. You're going to be asked to give an account as to what you did with what you were given. You've been given plenty. Good and plenty. So, you'll have to give an account. So be prepared. In and out of season. Like a thief, you better be prepared. A lot of, we don't care. They will care. There ain't one of them. Every knee's going to bow and every tongue's going to confess. All of them. That's right. Even the wizard. Oh, he's going to be like, oh, it's going to be great. You're going to be like, oh, this is great. Oh, these people, oh, I see why he wouldn't fit. Oh, you mean you were doing that? Oh, Trumpy Bear. Oh, my gosh. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Oh, boo-boo. Oh, stealing picnic baskets. And you know what was in that basket? Hell in a handbasket. I said, are you sure? It was Mike. It was Mike. He said, yeah, lighting of the lamps. I said, okay. Buffalo Bill, as it were, is, you know, Silence of the Lambs. But then there was that starling, that little starling. See, it was this story there. And all these twisted motherfuckers, they're all little government. They are all part of. They're all about that. They're all about that and much, much more. Coming to a reality. It's going to be a rude awakening for some. Extremely rude awakening. But it's not that, you know, people weren't fair warned with love. You know, warning. You know, there's Queensryche right there. The Queen, as far as the east is to the west, heard it right there. King County, right there. Kirkland, Bellevue. Oh, shit. Smelling like a rose that somebody gave me. All right, I love you guys. I got to get going. I got to go over, fix the door, do a few things there, and then start my adventure. Oh, hell. All you can eat taco. But here's the beautiful thing. Oh, no, I don't eat any of that meat. I don't eat any of that shit. Except once in a while. Now the new fries they got. I used to do the beans on the tortilla. I'm going, what could they do to what could it do? The serpent's got the eye right there, the little nipple and the 6 right there. Oh, they're just knew that a long time ago. I didn't see a video. I was just like, man, this is something. What the fuck is that? But then there was other things that I went ahead and agreed with on some of the stuff, and some that's just far fetched. Well, that's part of a conspiracy. They spend more money on trying to debunk trying to gaslight, try to completely just ridiculously just confuse. They spend more money on the little debunking type, just a lot of effort. Because, like I said, I try to stay away from these videos because I don't want to get too congested. I try to stay focused and neutral, but not congested with a bunch of stuff. But when I'm led to go, I'm like, oh shit, there's a lot of videos on here, a lot of stuff about this same issue. Maybe I should go ahead and take a little look at it, like the cosmology of the Earth and stuff. And he said, oh, be careful. Be careful. They spend a lot of time. And I heard this. Be careful. There's a lot of time and effort. Lots of money. Trillions, billions of dollars. Your money that goes into this kind of stuff. But if you must, go ahead and just take a little, just dabble into the... So I looked and I went, oh my God. They make it so ridiculous and just a matter of fact. And just like some of the stuff Jaron was mentioning, things that are so obvious now, they've just completely they've lost any kind of real good solid consumer base. People they're not digesting this shit anymore. They've lost a lot more than you can and so many you wouldn't believe. That's why a lot of them, they don't even do them anymore. But they know that their efforts have, and it's a waste of their time because it's just a matter of time now. It's that dog up on its ass. He ain't sweating like a slave in Debo's pigeon coop anymore. No, it's on him. And it was either two doves or they were two white pigeons. But yeah, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort in the conspiracy stuff, trying to, and it's so ridiculous. It's almost like, but it's to stop you from going any further. It's just oh well, I knew that, because you're afraid that the answer you might get would shake the foundation of all the little certificates, indoctrinations, and awards, and all your little achievements, it would just shake it right to the foundations of this new found reality you're now standing on. So, and that's scary for people. Some people, they don't, and then pride and ego, and then we're back in the cave again, eating crow. So there's a lot of stuff, just like I said, it's going to be, I'm trying to help you out, Millie, to help you out also, because it's, it's all right. And then you just let that go too. Once you go, oh, fuck, he was trying to tell me, he really does love me. That motherfucker hates my guts and would love to eat my children. And this motherfucker here, I want to take this guy out. Well, by all means, go ahead. No, you first. You want to see violent crime drop? Oh God, it's going to be beautiful. It's unfortunate, but it wants to use the weapons of destruction, and there is no mass destruction. They don't do it to an extent, but that's bullshit too. Just keep you in control. But it's that miry clay. So now God's going to say, well, okay, well, we're going to use a little bit of that. We're going to just turn it right around. See? We're going to just turn it right around on you. So, doing that, there's no space. Trump is not your friend. Your vote doesn't count. Really doesn't. Doesn't make a difference. Let's see. Love your children. Tell the truth. Try to eat as healthy as you possibly can. Fast food is all the shits can. It's all the same. Let's see. The devil didn't make you do it. Let's see what else. Yes, spinach is good. Spinach is good for you. Oh, I like spinach. I don't care for the stuff in the can. It's all washed out, like the peas. They're washed out. But the green, I like that snap. My Aunt Frankie makes a seven layer salad with these sweet peas. These snow peas. Oh, it's so good. But since I've stopped eating the bacon, because part of it's the bacon, that just gives it that snap. Oh, it's not that I don't like it. My mouth is salivating. I just know. He said, son. Fred said, son, stay away from the pen. If you fall in it, they'll eat you. I said, huh? You mean they won't eat, shit that they won't go running down something, eat stuff that's alive and fresh and something? No, probably not. Well, you mean the deer won't eat nothing dead? Well, probably not. You mean, how come everything's so fucking opposite, but exactly an equal illustration? I wonder why that is. Huh. I wonder why. Well, he seen it was good. It's part of his sanitation department. Filter feeders. Oh, mouth is salivated thinking about smoked oysters right now. When they went into the dollar store, I said, they can't be losing. They can't be making money. They got to be losing their ass right here off these smoked oysters. God, they were like $2.50 a can. The bumblebee ones. And my mouth is literally salivating because I'm hungry right now. I'm thinking about eating that leftover steak and baked potato I got in there from last night before I head on over there. Oh, I used to tear it up. So when they finally rolled out all these dollar stores, I thought, when I seen them, she goes, oh, you won't believe they got smoked oysters at the dollar store. I said, no, they don't. There is no way. They got smoked oysters at the dollar store, and then I go right here across the parking lot to Safeway. Albertsons. It's Joe Albertson's supermarket. I clean the meat department in the bakery. Mormons, Oh, yeah. Oh, they fucking beautiful. I have some of their, I think it's Tang or something that they have. But, what was it? What are you talking about? Oh, there's the peacock again. Look it. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? We're talking about poison, food, or some shit. Some stuff. Pardon my French. But we're turning... You know what shit is, really? It's the shh part of it. You know that, right? It's shit. That's why they're butt pirates. Yes, they're butt pirates of the Caribbean. Like Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, but Mama's going to want to send me out way... I want a golden goose, Daddy. So, let's see. I spaced it off. I just got to talking smack. Boy, remind me to smack your mama right in the mouth, boy. Oh, Smokey. Well, there's smoke. There's, eastbound and down. Was it DeQueen or was I forgot. I forgot. Uh-oh, are you... Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, shit, that was an hour ago. I gotta go. Oh, look at my little Hazel. She said, are your chores done? Hazel and I have been waiting for you. Look, my little Hazel. Her name isn't Hazel. Her name is Lily. Her name is Hazel Lily Grace. Well, because we're saved by grace through faith, right? Shit. I apologize. I just got your message. I'll be heading over soon. Mikey. Their daddy broke the key off in the door last night. And it just so happens that I got a deadbolt. So I'm going to go. Hey, Millie. How you doing? Look, I got some live chats I can go on, some I can't. Some notifications I get, some I don't. Hannah, yours, it wouldn't let me like or share this one video that I'd seen before a couple years ago, but I figured, well, she's got a reason to rerun it, so I'm glad to run it, so I ran. But it's just, it's different. Some days are more productive than others. I won't say some days are better than others because, hey, I don't say have you been good, have you been behaving. He's always good. He's just, we raise children up in the way they should go. 40 people, supposedly. Just now, all of a sudden, 40 people got COVID. They got to shut down the daycare system. Bullshit. You guys still believe in that? We ain't learned our lesson yet, and I've had it. They've just got our immune system just smacked up so much now. It can appear to be whatever they want. And, of course, a lot of it, not a lot of it, but enough of it is true, enough to just have you just turn a blind eye. You'll just stop looking. After that, you'll go, well, I've measured it. They repeated it to me, and I can, I can, what is that? Repeat, measure, and something else, and rinse. So, and then you just kind of just give Chief the ball. Just give him the ball. So he's got to put it in the basket. They don't search the matter out. They just stop because it does work. The the surgery worked great. Won't do it here. And I'm suffering. But it's okay with a means to a peaceful end. So there are things, hey, pharmakia, sorcery, works up to a point. All natural stuff. But once they start, just like the coca leaves, just like the opium poppies, fine until they start to refine it. Once they process this shit, then it becomes a god. Then it becomes a potential to be worshipped. Seek ye first, and most people, and I was one of them. I was a weed dog. That's all. I had to have it. My dogs, traumatized my dogs, didn't know that I was abusive. I didn't know, but they knew. They didn't hear me coughing in the morning. Coughing, which, like I said, boy, you don't get those chores done. I'll be over in a few. And they come over and say, coughing after you've had a hit. So they must sense the fact that there's something different going on with your moods and your attitude, and that blew me away. When my dogs taught me a lesson, which they do, if we listen, life is a lesson. I'm like, what the? And then I felt bad. And, sure, remorse and guilt is the enemy's trick, but, if it leads to repentance, great, then it's in the sea of forgiveness. Then don't get hung up on it. That's over. That's the devil's trick. He loves using the past and the uncertainty of the future. And he's going to be biting on either one if you're not right here, right now. But I learned something, and I had to go see little Mike and the man in the mirror, take a good look at, what was going on. But they can't look in the mirror because that's that reflection they can't see that he better see. They run past that mother. They run past that mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Oh, this ain't no snow job. This is white as wool. This isn't whitewashing. No, this is redemption. This is royalty. I've seen it, I know. Well, day in and day out for 53 years. I never thought I never thought I'd be seeing tomorrow. My life was just a chance for happening, an accident, a mistake. All I really knew was anger, pain, loneliness, and what it meant to be. Running for myself was just a race that was, love, peace, joy, and protection. And it can seem so lonely. And so if you've done it to the least of these, you've done it to me. He said, if you've seen one of these, if you cause one of my little ones to stumble, someone else will. Someone else will go and ask that guy, hey man, do you know that dog don't have no water? I've noticed it looks pretty. Someone else will speak up, they'll stand in. But yet you've seen that. You've seen it. In a way, you took that sense. Humanity, we have love. You would have to be just inhumane. So, okay, well, I love you guys. I got to get going. I have to get going. What we're strolling down is what we're strolling down. Let me answer your question. What we are strolling down is a very narrow path. See, it's a light we're strolling down. A light unto our path, a lamp unto our feet, lighting a lamp. A very narrow, for few find it, few are on it. We're not on a broad road, which is wide and paved. For many are on it, many are. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you very, very, very soon. Quite contrary. I'll see you soon. I love you guys.